Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finale of Crucible Solo Self-Found League. Today, there's a few things I want to do. First, we're going to go through a full recap of all of the builds that I created in the league. Short little teasers of the builds, and there will be build guides coming should you want to dig into those further. And then I've been asked to give my thoughts on Exilecon and PoE 2 reveal. I haven't really given anything concisely on that. I will go into that. Before then, I will turn in all of the Divination cards, and lastly, we will Gamba some of the bigger ticket Div cards I have. I spent a lot of time not recording, farming up a bunch of Vivid Life Force, so we've got 20 Div card Gambas that we can do. We'll do that at the end. And then, yeah, I will go through all of the Div card stash. I've tried all league not to use any Div cards. I pulled some chisels and unmakings out of here, but having done Ruthless last league, I like the idea of trying to approach the league without the Div cards, though there were a few that I needed to pull only what was necessary. And this is something Demi did a long time ago. I used to watch it on YouTube. At the end of the league, his viewers would like pile Div cards onto him, and he'd turn in a bunch of Div cards of all different types. It turned into like this 8-hour VOD of turning in Div cards. But I just have what I have in SSF. I got 60 of the Void. Like, maybe we'll find some interesting things in here that might have helped me out throughout the league. Who knows? But it should be fun. So, going back through Crucible League, I started with this Volcanic Fissure Totems Chieftain, which is a pretty strange league starter. But if you're newer to the channel, I had my viewers vote on a list of 19 different possible league starter builds. I picked a build for each ascendancy class that I would pick and allowed my viewers to vote on the ascendancy class. And then we piled them all up in here, spun the wheel, and then I ended up with Chieftain, which 3 people voted for. So I league started as the Volcanic Fissure Totems Chieftain. So I will be doing that again. You should probably be looking for that early next week, Monday or Tuesday, and then you can submit your votes to maybe have influence on what I league start in Trial of the Ancestors. But this build turned out really awesome. We utilized these new unique gloves that were introduced this league called Tanu Ahi, and this build's getting completely gutted because these gloves cause you to gain adrenaline and onslaught when you leech your life to full, which I'm doing as a chieftain by using the old Tukahama Chieftain node that allowed totems to leech damage to you. So I actually pulled off an Ancestral Bond build using blood magic. I can't deal any damage at all, but I can give my totems adrenaline and onslaught by draining my life as much as possible using Blood Rage and a Scorching Ray that casts flammability all over the place. So I'm constantly draining my life as much as possible so that the totems could leech it to full, and then I end up with onslaught and adrenaline from these gloves. It was really cool build, but then moved on to the second build. Now this build didn't turn into anything super amazing, but I dropped a Widow Hail Bow, another new unique for this league, and this bow increases bonuses gained from equipped quivers. So I wanted to put this with the Poised Prism to make an attribute stacker to stack as much damage as possible, and you get a bunch of resists from this as well. And then this is also using the new Ice Shot. I guess not new Ice Shot, but there's a Vol Ice Shot that we can use. This build does a lot of damage. It has lots of chains across all of these projectiles, and it can clear maps very well. Doesn't have a lot of life though. This is really just kind of your throw it in the map. Doesn't matter the mods for the most part. Reflect, I think, can still kill you, but we can just blaze through maps, clear super fast, and it actually worked pretty well. I don't know of any better use of the bow. Nothing has jumped out quite to this level of being able to stack so much flat damage by attribute stacking everywhere I could. The Black Suncrest, crazy attributes all over the place to make that work. It's a good time. Then that brings me on to the Absolution Guardian. This build came to be because this shield right here, I got this. And this is what spawned the next build, being this Absolution Guardian. The first minion build I've played in a very long time, and this build is the one that got the most votes for a League starter. I won't be able to show all the craziness here, as I'm not going to throw it into a map here, but this build utilizes the Black Cane that causes each summoned phantasm to grant you Phantasmal Might, which gives you additional spell physical damage, which works nicely with Absolution because Absolution has a high effectiveness of added damage. So I'm getting lots of extra damage from all of the 10 phantasms that I could get by using this Summon Phantasm support. So I can get 10 additional minions from this, and they're all giving me extra flat physical damage by using the Black Cane, using the Vis Mortis. So minions gain elemental damage is extra chaos. Lots and lots of minions. Not my favorite build because Absolution seems to really rely on Spell Echo for the minions to really be able to get something done. But then there's also the Vol Absolution, which I'll showcase in the build guide, that summons Innocence, and you have insane barrages of lightning spells from Innocence. Great for single target. Really satisfying. The build clears very well. You get lots of minions, a lot going on here, but I felt it was kind of clunky because you can get locked in this cast of Spell Echo. Like, I never got it feeling comfortable enough for me to really like it. I was originally using Unleash instead of Spell Echo. I liked it better with Unleash, but the minions don't get to use Unleash, so you're losing damage on all the minions for extra functionality. And then a lot of this revolved around Smite, using Smite to buff all of the minions, including myself, with extra flat lightning damage. So it turns out that this build's pretty solid. It does pretty well. And then the Guardian's getting completely reworked. So everything I've pretty much done here, I think the block is staying, but everything else is changing here. So this build might be another one that could work with the reworked Guardian, but I don't know. We'll have to see there. Up next came the Fireball build, the big Fireball. This build came to be because I got an anomalous Fireball. This increases the area of effect of projectiles but lowers the projectile speed. And then there was a Crucible tree that I had to farm multiple days for that can give Fireball 100% more area of effect, though I can only have one projectile on the Fireball. So this turned into this Omega AoE Fireball, which you can see by this kind of red ring. The further it travels, the bigger the AoE gets, though I have kind of spec'd out of the really juicy AoE scaling stuff like the Carcass Jack that I was originally using here. I could also get a second one of these mods on a offhand wand. You could get an Ash of the Stars to boost the quality of the Fireball, but this one really kind of relied on this Fireball does more area effect. They've mentioned that there's some of these mods they might roll into the game. I don't know how this one fits in, because we already have an area of effect Fireball in the anomalous Fireball. So if this mod were to stay, I imagine it would probably find its way onto an alternate quality gem like this, in which case you'd have to stack more area of effect to get it to the level that it did. But stacking lots of area of effect, being an elementalist, getting the increased area effect with convergence, stacking area effect where I could, it turned out pretty fantastic. The Ignite Prolif with all the AoE stacking, you can just launch one Fireball into a pack of enemies and it'll clear a whole screen. It was fantastic. I ended up leveling this build to 100, and it's the first CI build that I've played in several years. So a CI Elementalist, big AoE Fireball, a lot of fun. Then there's the only build I did not play in SSF. I played in the BPL event, a big group team event, which was actually a trade league event that also used Tanu Ahi gloves to make an elemental spectral throw. Basically, it's got a lot of crit chance, a lot of speed here on a Deadeye. So there are now nodes on the tree right here. Multi-shot attacks fire an additional projectile. Deadeye gives 2 additional projectiles, and there is an alt quality spectral throw that can give you an additional projectile to get a 5th one. I did not get that in the 4-day event, but I did end up finding one in SSF. This build was fantastic to play. A blast from the past, if you will, because this is a very popular build. It really needs mana leech, it seems, to function here. But just kind of your basic elemental spectral throw that has existed for years, making it work the best I could with the extra projectiles. So I didn't have to stack extra projectiles on this build at all because I was getting 3 from being Deadeye and the new node on the tree. And yeah, this one was a blast. Then on to the next build, I got a Shavron's Wrappings, I found Vixen's Entrapment, and Dodre's Scorn, so I made an Impending Doom curse build. And from what I had looked at what other people were doing, everybody was kind of making this poison build as well as what was being recommended to me. I wanted to make a Shavs build doing the same kind of thing, and kind of out of spite, I made this a hit-based build, only really poisoning to get this extra -5 chaos res. I never really heavily spec'd into poison. I tried to make this as much of a hit build as possible. You get Wither from being an occultist, and really go into the energy shield side of things, getting Pain Attunement for low life, extra damage there as well. And this build is also very fantastic. It clears very well. The big thing about this build is it just kind of does not work without these gloves, because the gloves cast additional curses, allowing you need to remove a curse that is linked to the Impending Doom so that it will like explode the curse and chaos damage kind of thing, and these gloves allow that to happen. So I can only apply 2 curses to an enemy. I'm casting 3 curses like rapid fire here. So every time the Despair Curse gets removed, it will deal damage to the enemy. There are much better versions of this build out there. As I mentioned, poison variations work really well, but then I just stacked a bunch of energy shield. I'm on low life, so damage of enemies hitting me is unlucky. Another energy shield focused build, and made use of the Apap's Rage as well. This one was also really fun, but I missed out on the full potential of it by not going poison. Then playing on that build, I dropped an Emperor's Vigilance shield. A lot of people were trying to make big versions of the shield, chance orbing things this league, and I got a lot of things to really work with this and make it work, and I figure why not make this one a poison build? So I made a spectral shield throw Pathfinder that pretty much you have to have multiple enemies for this build to work, because the way Spectral Shield Throw works, it needs to go through enemies, but then the idea is that it launches all of these shard projectiles every time the main shield chains, so I'm sending off tons of projectiles that just like spray through big packs of enemies. And we got a new Pathfinder rework, so I wanted to test out how Master Surgeon was working and some of the new stuff here. Chance to inflict withered on hit, poison, prolive, and chance for them to do more damage. And this build could clear very well as well. And it went well. It was kind of a alternate take on the general Spectral Shield Throw, which generally I believe goes into converting to cold damage and shattering things with it. And I didn't get a good Crucible tree on either of these shields I ended up dropping. But I also used an Obliteration Wand with this, giving me Fizz as extra chaos, and then giving me a chance to explode enemies as well. This build was a lot of fun. Ming's Heart, physical is extra chaos. Sin's Rebirth, physical is extra chaos. So I was getting lots of stacking the flat fizz from the Emperor's Vigilance Shield to give myself a lot of damage and lots of poison with this. Not the best build I played, but it was fun, and it got the job done. Oh yeah, and the Purple Tornado. The Purple Tornado is just fantastic. Then after taking a break to play Diablo 4 as it launched, came back and made a mana stacking build, Archmage Lightning Conduit Hierophant. I had never played with Lightning Conduit before, and I had this cool synthesized opal wand that I used like to try and farm Crucible trees on until I got an extra big 0.6% of mana regen per second. Without this build doesn't work. So if you were to take this kind of thing and run with it, it might be harder in the future. But I also did this in SSF using an Ivory Tower without the Prism Guardian shield. So I made an Ivory Tower Archmage build without the shield that kind of makes these builds work, essentially. And I can still like straight degen my mana. It really, without the mana flask, it gets ridiculous. Arcane Cloak, like that's with all the crazy mana recovery, super stack and the clarity, all of it. But this build actually wound up being my best bossing damage build. This build is strange to play as it requires things to be shocked, but Lightning Conduit cannot shock enemies. It like implodes the shocks onto the targets, so you have to use Orb of Storms to like shock enemies, so you kind of have to stay within it. You're limited in mobility quite a bit. You can use the Sigil of Power to gain extra damage and defense, and hands down, this is the best damage build I was able to get. None of my builds could take down Ubers. This would be the best shot I had, but with my SSF gearing, it's still kind of a long shot there. But very fun build. I love playing mana builds. It sucks that they're so difficult to get functioning in the current state of the game because they're just isn't quite enough mana regen there. Like if you take 0.6% of my mana regen per second before whatever stacking of increased mana regen that I have, like it's just not happening. And then lastly, I made one of the most visually satisfying builds I had ever created. Now this build came about, one, because I had an increased flat crit chance while affected by Hatred, Watcher's Eye, and then I leveled the character to 100, and in doing so got a Phantasmal Frostbolt, which gives projectiles a 20% chance to return to you, and an Anomalous Faster Projectiles, which has a 60% chance for projectiles to return to you. So literally, these three things were all it took for this build to come together. Like that's what every bit of this was based on, and this build just became something absolutely wild. So it's a Spellslinger build. So I'm using Frenzy, and I'm using the new trigger bots from the Saboteur Ascendancy to launch the projectiles from the trigger bots rather than me. And also, I ended up getting a trigger wand. So this is also throwing down vortexes, tornadoes, frost bombs, all with one button. And then I do have a Unleash Ice Nova that I can throw down when necessary. But yeah, just clear through maps. I launch bubbles everywhere. I stacked enough chance to freeze that I could wear Painseeker gloves, allowing the non-damaging ailments to inflict freezes as they were doing 200% more damage. Perfect roll, 100 to 200% more damage on that, as well as a bunch of extra flat damage. But this worked really nicely. With the Heat Shiver helmet, you gain 100% of cold damage as extra fire damage against frozen enemies. So we're really trying to stack cold damage here, as I did with the wand. It has flat cold to attacks and flat cold to spells. And then using Spellslinger flat damage to attacks on your wand also adds it to yourself to your spells. So ideally, you probably get a triple elemental attack wand. Something like how this Crucible passive looks, a bunch of added elemental damage. You could probably get way more out of this, but this build is just fantastic to play. The biggest issue with this build was mana, actually, because I'm triggering so many things, and these trigger bots, it counts as 2 casts of your skill of the Frostbolt, so you really have to kind of think about the mana consumption of 2 casts of the skill. But no Vengeance Cascade. There's a new gem that guarantees, I guess, projectiles can return to you, but using Frostbolt, you can get an 80% chance, giving you a bunch of extra speed on the projectiles to launch bubbles everywhere. This is one of the most, not just visually appealing builds that I've made, but I've ever seen. Like, this was a blast. And I actually leveled this build from level 92 to level 94 in farming up all of this Vivid Life Force. I was doing so in Coves maps. I just unspec'd random stuff, maximized my chance for Vivid Life Force, got all the harvest stuff I could get. And then I was running Coves, and I ended up just starting clearing them all the way, but you could kind of in coves just kind of dip down each side and kind of peek for wherever the Sacred Grove is. But this build, like, for clearing maps, oh, I think this one even has Beyond on it. Like, it's so cool. Like, you can freeze everything with bubbles, and there's so many bubbles out because of the trigger bots that, like, this build is fantastic. I loved every bit of playing on this build, and this one doesn't have any crazy Crucible tree things, so this can easily be replicated and improved. Like, I didn't think this build would function at all, and here we are clearing T16 Beyond Eater Influence map. Like, it's nothing. Just, we actually could just freeze everything the bubbles touch and shatters like crazy. Bigger open maps like this where you just have the barrage of bubbles everywhere. It's so good. And then the League goal. The goal was to try and farm a Lionized Glare Bow in SSF, and on that, through 60 episodes of playing in SSF, was not able to do so. I farmed more calderas than I ever imagined farming. It was just way too hard to get the bow. It's just way too rare now. I farmed a great number of the Lion Div Cards. I tried farming beasts and getting unique bows from that. I tried using ancient orbs on bows. We even turned in all of the Hunter's Resolve cards that I got for chances at unique bows. Never hit. Got every other bow in the game. Every other unique bow anyways. Okay, I did not get every other bow in the game. I never got a Voltaxic Rift. I did not get the Zoph's bow. I didn't get the Betrayal bow. Widow Hail's being used. Replica Iron Commanders chilling right here. But it didn't happen, so maybe another time I will get to put my vision of what can be done with that bow into the world, but as for now, not this time. Okay then, so let's talk Path of Exile 2. Now, I live streamed almost every second of Exilecon. I had one issue with internet, the stream going down, but otherwise all of Exilecon I watched it on my channel. Here on at the close to the bottom of my channel there is these past live streams here where I was watching Exilecon. So if you really want to know all my thoughts about whatever little things, that's there. But the big takeaway, I guess, is it's too far out for me. They showed me things that were very interesting to me. I liked the way that the boss fights look extremely difficult. It seemed to me that the characters they presented as part of the demo were just not built properly to handle some of the stuff they were being thrown into. I believe if I had access to the passive tree and I leveled to the point in the game, I'd have a much better build than was being showcased in the demos. But I wasn't there. I didn't get to play it. But I guess the really big change is that Path of Exile 1 is not going to be merging into Path of Exile 2, and that kind of changes a lot of things, allows them to increase the scope of Path of Exile 2 to a different area. Alternating passive trees with weapon swaps that happens automatically looks super cool, but it's so far away. Like, it kind of teased at something that I really want. I want Path of Exile and Elden Ring and go like this. That's the game I want Path of Exile 2 to be. That being said, I'm not creating the game, and it might not be that, but I would love these, like, you have to win boss fight things, and then you die, you redo the boss fight, you have to get good and win kind of thing, and the game seems designed to punish the player, and I love it. I love the idea of it. I would love to get my hands on it. I wish the global illumination that Alexander talked about during his panel had made its way into the demo of the game that were released at Exilecon, because that sounds so cool and novel, and I think that's pretty big game changer. But I didn't want to make a full video about this because, like, I just don't feel like I got to see enough to really have a thing. Like, it's still over a year away. Like, closed beta June 7, 2024. There's a lot we didn't get to see, and what we did get to see was not on characters that were equipped to perform the job that they were given to showcase. So it's strange to me, and I'll be excited once we get more information, we start seeing more new things. I like the idea of all the new classes, all the new weapon types. It's going to be very cool. The, what's it called? The spirit system, I think. Mana is going to be used to balance skills in a way that it just hasn't in the past. All kinds of new skills and things. Like, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for Path of Exile 2, but it's too far away from me to get like super hyped about it. And then there is the Trial of the Ancestors coming next week. Wouldn't say I'm super thrilled about the League mechanic itself. My mind, like looking at this nonsense, wants to ignore all of it, go across the field, kill everybody, and then take all the rewards and leave. This is the same way I approached Blight League. I was like, going into Blight League, it's like, I don't want to play a tower defense. I want to conquer the blights and the blighted maps without ever using a tower. And I think that's going to be my goal with the League mechanic going into it. My initial thought is that something like Ice Trap is going to absolutely destroy this. We'll get more into that as preparations for the leagues come on. Really cool possibilities in these tattoos. Hopefully there's a lot we haven't seen, because if these are really kind of niche focused, I think that will not be the best. I'm hoping there's actually a lot of variance in these so that we can really create something like we were able to in Crucible League. Also excited for Sanctum to come back, because I only played Sanctum in Ruthless. I didn't get to do all the fun, cool stuff with Sanctum, so excited for that. And I am also excited to see a lot of these new support gems, a lot of the Atlas Keystones. That stuff has me really excited. The League itself, just based on what I've seen, kind of meh, in my opinion. And then we'll get to see more. I'll definitely play it. There hasn't been a Path of Exile League I haven't played, so we'll get to see how it functions. I wasn't super thrilled about Crucible League, and I got a lot of fun things out of it as well, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so who turns in Div Card? The level 100 character can turn in the Div Cards. The Elementalist, I believe, has earned this right. Oh, for Div Cards, this right here, this big block of text in my loot filter, these are all Divination cards that I don't pick up. So a lot of the missing Divination cards in the set are going to be these Div cards that just don't matter. And a lot of the times I usually am showing these, but in the 4th iteration of the loot filter, I hid them to make picking up Div cards easier. So I think actually, while I'm just looking at this, Tranquility needs to come off of this list, because I believe the Voltaxic Rift is much rarer now. Whereas Anarchy's Price, this one can stay. I don't need a corrupted Voltaxic Rift in my mind, but my hope here is that most of these missing Div cards are on this list. So a Chilling Wind, I've turned in a few of these. I think I made 2 sets of these. This is a level 21, 20% quality Vol Cold Snap. I was trying to see if this would fit into the Spellslinger nonsense, but it wound up spending my frenzy charges, so that's where those Div cards went there. A Mother's Parting Gift. This Div card is for Corrupted Fertile Mind Jewel. Now, the jewels are more rare. Maybe that card should come off of my don't pick that up, because jewels are really rare now. Altered Perception is a card that I just didn't find. It can give a Simulacrum with 3 of them. That one's not on my list. This one I was not able to find. Anarchy's Price, these drop off of Rogue Exiles. 13 in the stack that gives a Corrupted Voltaxic Rift. Birth of the Three. Okay, well that card is not on PoE Ninjas, so maybe it is not in this league. Broken Promises, I believe, is a good Div card. This one's not in my garbage Div card list. A 2 Implicit Synthesized item level 87 Diamond Ring. Was not able to find one of those. Brother's Gift and Brother's Stash. Never got. One of those gives 5 Exalts. One of those gives 5 Divines. Burning Blood is a stack of 4 that gives a Zoph's Blood Amulet. Never found any of those. Choking Guilt. This is a very rare card that gives a Strangle Gasp. It's an amulet that can be anointed 4 times, I think, that you can only get from Blight Ravaged maps outside of the Div cards. These are 3 Divines in Trade League. Dark Dreams. This can give you an Elder Bone Helmet, only up to item level 80 though. so it's not the craziest thing. If I remember correctly, I think this card can drop off of Cheula or Katarina, one of the two, if you wanted to farm it. Desperate Crusade. I had one of these. Desperate Crusade is one of 3 for a Prism Guardian, given that I made the Ivory Tower build, the Archmage build. I wanted the Prism Guardian, so I gambled that one card that I had of this set, and it poofed. Doriani's Epiphany gives 3 Regrading Lens for a stack of 3, and never found one of those. Draped in Dreams, a 6-link Astral Plate, item level 100 influenced. Never found any of those. Duality, a body armor, item level 100 double influenced. I never saw one of those either. Fateful Meeting, League specific item, item level 97, double influenced, double corrupted. Okay, never found one of those. Further Invention, helmet double influenced, item level 100. Never got one of those. And I did a lot of stacked decks, so some of these I guess are just kind of rare. And like the prices are higher on some of these as well, so seems fine. House of Mirrors. I actually have one of those. I guess I'll just dump all of these big ticket ones into there. I will Gamba these at the end of the video. But yeah, there's that House of Mirrors. I got one of those. Judging Voices. Forbidden Shaco. Not seen this card. Given the price in Trade League, I imagine I should have maybe seen this. But Forbidden Shaco is the helmet that can drop off of Oshabi. All the different support gem rolls on it. Justified Ambition Synthesis Map. I turned those in. I had 2 full sets of this. I was trying to find an altered distant memory for a challenge. Turn those in. Light and Truth. This one's on my list. This is a stack of 2 that gets you a Crystal Scepter. You can get either Nicta's Lantern or you can get the Supreme Truth. Those are the 2 Crystal Scepters. I almost always will find the uniques before I will find the div cards, so that's one that doesn't seem worth picking up to me. Love Through Ice. This is for an Unnatural Instinct, 2 Implicit Corrupted. That's a really rare one that I did not manage to find. Magnum Opus, item level 100, 3 Implicit Synthesized. Just an item, never found one of those. Matryoshka, rare item, rare Onyx Amulet with 4 anointments, incubating a talisman item, corrupted, 20% quality. Strange. Pretty expensive, so those must be rare as well. Might is Right. This card gives you a Tripanon unique. I've found many of those. That card's not worth picking up to me. Poisoned Faith. Alright, I've not seen Arcali's Fang. Stack of 8 on that one. Prosperity gives you like a magic gold ring that has rarity rolled on it. That one I don't pick up. Rebirth and Renewal. A stack of 4 for a Winged Scarab. Surprised I didn't find one of those in all the stacked decks. Remembrance, Precursor's Emblem Corrupted. Stack of 8, never got one of those. Sucker of the Sinless, never got one of those. This one gives you a Bottled Faith. A Cortex Drop for a stack of 6. The Archmage's Right Hand. This gives you a Glyphic Prophecy Wand. Item level 100. So it's just something you have to then augment and regal where you even want it. I don't pick those up. Army of Blood. There's a Blood Bond unique. There's a very common unique chest armor. See it all over the place. I don't feel the need to pick up 6 pieces of a unique item that I could just farm naturally. The Calling. This is a stack of 5 for Beyond item. There's only like 3 different Beyond items. None of them are worth anything. I don't pick that card up. The Carrion Crow is a life armor piece for 4. That one's not worth picking up. The Celestial Stone. Item level 100 shaped Opal Ring. Never found one of those. Stack of 10 required. The Cheater. Never got one of these. Level 6 Awakened Support Gem. 20% quality. The Chosen. Skin of the Lords Corrupted. Never got any of those. This is a pretty sought after one as well. The Deceiver. The Corrupted Belt of the Deceiver. I don't pick this one up either. It's not worth. Belt of the Deceivers are easy enough to get. You can corrupt it yourself. The Demon. Stack of 10 for a 2 Implicit Corrupted Headhunter. Never got one of those. The Doctor. Never got one of those for the Headhunter. The Drunken Aristocrat. This stack of cards is for a Divination Distillate. Not worth, as I've found a few of them myself. Anyways, the Emptiness, Vol Breach, never found one of those. The Endless Darkness, card for the Void Forge. These do drop in Beachheads. I didn't run enough of those for me to get one of them. The Enforcer, Spiked Gloves of the Conquest, Culling Strike, Warlord item. Okay, that one's pretty unique. Never found one of those. The Eternal War, 2 Implicit Corrupted Timeless Jewel. Never even seen this divination card ever. The Eye of Terror, the Cheula's Flawless Breachstone. Never found one of those. The Feast, Corrupted Romira's Banquet. I don't pick those up. The Fiend, this is another Headhunter card that I did not get. The Fishmonger, an Albina Roa Feather. Need a stack of 4 for that. The Garish Power. This was on my list. I should have been picking these up because jewels are really rare now. So, okay, it's not on my list. I just never found one of those because jewels are ridiculously rare now. The Greatest Intentions, 2 Implicit Corrupted the Savior. Never found one of those. The Hail Heart, item level 100 Elder item. Never found one of those. The Hermit is 1 of 9 for a Life Sprig. I do not pick those up. The Immortal is a 1/10 of a House of Mirrors divination card. I never got one of those in my array of amazing div cards. The Incantation, this is a stack of 4 for a Whispering Ice Staff. I don't pick those up. The Inoculated Sephirim's Armor. This is an energy shield roll on an armor piece. I don't pick those up. The Rusted Bard, 4x Tainted Mythic Orbs. I never found one of these. The King's Blade. I don't pick this card up. A Bloodthirsty Eternal Sword, item level 66. One of the worst divination cards. The Last Supper, 1/6 of Abino's Kitchen Knife. I guess I just didn't find one of those. That one's on the list. The Long Watch, I don't know currently exists. That used to give a jewel called the Vigil that used to work with Old Fortify. The Lunaris Priestess, the Shire of Shards. I do not pick this div card up either. Sire of Shards are plentiful. I picked a lot of them up in case I wanted to crucible them. The one that got away. Replica Baited Breath, stack of 7. Some fishing nonsense. The Price of Devotion. I never got one of these. 2 Implicit Corrupted, 20% quality Mage Blood is what that one is. Progeny of Lunaris. Stack of 2 for the Dying Sun. Surprised that I did not find one of these. The Rabbit's Foot, 10 Incursion Vials. Did not find one of these either. The Rabid Roa is another magic item I don't pick up. Malicious Gemini Claw. The Sacrifice I did not find. Stack of 4 for a 6-link Sacrificial Garb. The Sigil Unassailable Amulet. I do not pick these up. This is just a magic amulet with an energy shield roll on it. The Siren is a Corrupted Whispering Ice Staff. This one's also on my list, because I have no use for Whispering Ice myself. The Soul is 1/9 of a Soul Taker unique axe. I did not get any of those. There's another one of these uniques that is now excruciatingly rare, like the Lionized Bow. The Spoiled Prince, a Dictator's Prophecy Wand. This is also one I don't pick up. The Surgeon I do not pick up. It gives you a Surgeon's Flask that has a chance to gain charges on critical strike. The Sustenance does not seem to exist this league. The Traitor is a stack of 4 for a Corrupted Unique Wand. I mean, those could hit and give you the Void Battery, but most times that's just not worth your time. I don't pick those up. The Tumbleweed, Diamond Ring of Redemption, item level 100 Redeemer item. This divination card changed. This was on my list and it used to give you like a corrupted terrace map. So that divination card has changed. I'm going to remove the Tumbleweed from my list, because a Diamond Ring of Redemption could be a lot of different things, actually. The Twins is for a Gemini Claw of Celebration. This is attack speed roll on a magic Gemini Claw, item level 83. I don't pick that one up. The Undisputed, a Merciless Vault Axe, item level 100 Elder. This is another card that I just did not see. The Vast, Song of the Sirens, another fishing card that I just did not see. The Warden, a Corrupted Amulet. I don't see those cards. The Watcher, a stack of 12 for Crown of Eyes. I also do not pick that card up. I dropped a couple of those myself. The Web is a weapon of crafting. It has a meta mod roll on it. I don't pick those cards up. The White Knight, 6-link Astral Plate Crusader item level 100. Did not find any of those. The Witch, I do not pick these cards up. Kiara's Determination Flask, those drop all over the place. The Wolf's Shadow, Hyan's Fury, I also don't pick these up. Those unique swords also drop all over the place. The World Eater, I never saw one of these divination cards drop. This is for a Starforge. Tranquility. Yeah, this is a card that I should not have been hiding all league long, because Voltaxic Rift is another of those uniques that got pushed to crazy rarity. Turn the Other Cheek. This is for a corrupted jewel that takes away a Frenzy Charge. A max Frenzy Charge. Not worth picking up. Void of the Elements, overpowering Opal Ring, item level 100 Elder item. Not seen one of those. And Wealth and Power, level 4 Enlighten, Corrupted. Did not find one of those. So there are Divination cards that I don't normally pick up that have made it into here that I would have a ton more of. Like this Thunderous Skies for a Stormcloud bow. Like I ended up picking a couple of those up, or like the stack deck in my inventory. Some of those cards get through, like Thirst for Knowledge. I somehow picked up 15 of those, even though that's on my list of things I don't pick up. The Tyrant, this Merciless Weapon, item level 100, that's on the list. I don't pick those up. So things still get through. The Tower, a Unique Staff, I don't pick those up. I don't pick up the Sword King's Salute because Duresso's salutes are all over the place. But went through all the ones that aren't here. So now, I guess I go through the ones that are. Dab of Ink, Poet's Pin. This is cool. I had a Poet's Pin and I did not like the Crucible tree I got on it early in the league, so if I would have been targeting the set, that would have been a nice one to get. A Dusty Memory, item level 100 Fractured item. Did not get a full set of that. A Familiar Call, Jewelry of Feral, Shaper plus Hunter item level 100. A Fate Worse Than Death, another Vortex. That puts me up to 9 stored cortexes that I haven't run. This kind of thing happens when you spend all league long farming the same set of div cards. It does not give you the bow you're looking for. You stack up lots of bossing content that gets left behind. Next, a Modest Request, Megalomaniac Corrupted. I like Megalomaniacs. This is my favorite thing about doing simulacrums. These are jewels that give you 3 random any cluster jewel notable modifiers, 3 of them. So this one has, I have the Storm dot multi for ignites from crits, increased crit chance, area damage, chance to knock back with area hits, increased effect of shocks you inflict on cursed enemies, and conductivity can affect hexproof enemies. It's not terrible. These can be super busted, but it's very niche, every single one of them. A Sea of, we'll keep going through them. A Note in the Wind, I got 1 of the 4 for an Asenath's Mark. It's a helmet that triggers when you use bow attack, I think. A Sea of Blue, I have 73 of these. This is 13 alterations. All right, I currently have over 5,000, and there's some more alteration orbs. Fantastic. A Stone Perfected, Primordial Jewel, 1 to 2 Implicit Corrupted. So I can get you a Golem Jewel. Abandoned Wealth, I have 3 of the 5 to get 3 Exalted Orbs. From there, then Acclimatization, 20 Orbs of Alteration, and I have a bunch of these as well. Another 580 alterations that I didn't need. Ackle's Prophecy, 2 Implicit Corrupted, Unique Elegant Round Shield. Could be a Squire. It's an Oppressor. Is taken as Lightning +2 Trapper Mind Gems. Not too bad. I don't need it. Alvia's Grace, 1, 2, 3, 4 Queen of the Forests. Well, I guess there's rolls on it. I guess you want the big evasion rating roll that none of these hit. Alluring Bounty, only found 1 for a stack of 10 Exalted Orbs. Alone in the Darkness, a Delve item. 8 sets of that. What exactly is a Delve item? The Primordial Chain, Soul Rest. So I guess these are items from Delve League, not a Delve Unique. Is it only going to be these? Oh, Mark of Submission. Did we get all of the Delve items? We get all 3 of them? I don't know that I need to be picking that card up. Alone in the Darkness. Yeah, I don't need any of these. Oh yeah, that's right. You sell 3 of the same item, unique items anyways now. It gives you a reroll on it. Ambitious Obsession. Did not get a stack of those for a single Skittering Delirium Orb. Well, I never got a Skittering Delirium Orb in all the Delirium I did. Arrogance of the Vol. Only 1 set. Unique item, 2 Implicit Corrupted. See, this isn't a big thing, right? A 2 Implicit Corrupted unique item you can get all day out of the chests in these Vol Temple maps. So do you really need the div cards? I mean, these are cool, so I'd probably still pick this up anyways, and they're pretty rare, so sure. We got a Brisk Wrap +2 Duration Gems. I mean, that's not bad. I got enough tainted currency, I could possibly do something with that. Who knows? Assassin's Favor, Unique Dagger. Need 9, and I have a lot. Turn in 11 of these. Ungel's Gauche, Volcanus, Widowmaker, Blood Play, Arcali's Fang! Hey! That's a new thing that I did not get this league that came from the Div Cards. Yay! Mark of the Doubting Knight, Gore Drill, Ungle Scoush, Taproot, Ungle Scoush, and a Gore Drill. Hey, I got an Arc Holly's Fang. Pretty cool. It will go to Rotten Standard. Right on. Astral Protection. I might have turned a set of these in to get a Shaper's Shield, but I currently don't have a set of those. Adziri's Arsenal, Corrupted Weapon. I don't know if this is one I need to pick up either. Kondo's Pride, additional accuracy. Fidelitas Spike, Belly Pin, Life Sprig with flat lightning to attacks, Blood Play, Power Charge on crit, okay, and a Realm Shaper, chance to gain Power Charge on crit. Alrighty, I don't know that I'm missing anything crazy there. Audacity, Corrupted Doriani's Fist, only one of those. I wonder if those are just really rare. Auspicious Ambitions, Experimented Item, Double Influenced Item level 100. Now that's a really cool card. Experimented items are items like the Stabilizing Scepter giving you Elemental Equilibrium, or this Boom Mace that come from heists. Those are experimented items. So getting Double Influenced Item level 100. Very cool. Azure Rage, Punishing Map tier 16. Stack of 4. I have 7. So this is a Fizz Reflect map. A Magic Fizz Reflect map. And it's looks like it's pulling from the base pool of T16s. So the maps that you could Horizon T16s into, gonna be the only ones you get here. If you want to have a Fizz Reflect map, they are T16s. So they're not terrible. Like this late into the league, I've got over 600 of them, so it really doesn't matter. Azurin's Reward, did not finish this stack for a Prismatic Jewel. Corrupted, Mated Expectations, 5 of 8 of the fishing item. Beauty Through Death, Adziri's Reflection, a very cool shield, but very hard to get. Uber Adziri Drop. Baiju, level 84 rare cluster jewel, did not complete that stack. Blind Venture, Corrupted Unique Ring. I can turn in 4 of these. Heartbound Loop with fire dispels and attacks. 16 all res on a Bad Venture's Gamble, reduced rarity. Close, there's potential there. Determination Aura effect on a Stormfire, and cannot be ignited Lahoop. That's a good ring. That's a good ring. I like that card. Blind Venture's cool. Boon of Justice. I do not pick these up, but I wound up with a few anyways. It's like getting an offering to the goddess that you gotta pick up in pieces. And I have 218 offerings to the goddess. Boon of the First Ones, a bestiary item. Did not wind up with a lot of these, only one turn in. It is Sakawal's Flock. This is pretty good. Like, those beasts are hard to find. Like, I went hunting for the spider, and it took a while even still. This is the what lets you have the twister thing, like spawn little tornadoes all over the place. Cool. So unique, I did not find this league. Boundless Realms, I do not pick this divination card up normally. Just gives you a random map. I got a T11 Fungal Hollow. Cool. Warrior's Dream, 6-link Harbinger Bow. I got 4 of the 6. Broken Truce. I get 2 Cold Iron points here. Completed 2 sets of these. Cool. I found a few of these drop on the ground, so I have some. Yeah. So the divination cards are not necessary to find Cold Iron point, but targeted, probably pretty nice, and not rare enough that it's at a crazy place. Brotherhood in Exile. 1 with nothing corrupted. I believe this is the deck stacking unarmed build. It's a cluster jewel. Brush, Paint, and Palette. This gives the artist's divination card. So this is pieces of another divination card. It gives you a level 4 enhance, which I actually like corrupted my own level 4 enhance in this league. But 2 more of the artists to go in here. Buried Treasure, Sulfite Scarabs. 3 of those. Maybe I shouldn't be picking this card up. Polished Sulfite Scarab, polished Rusted. I have 105 rusted, 29 polished, 23 gilded sulfite scarabs. Hey, Call to the First Ones. I don't pick this card up. Tier 1 Corrupted Talisman. Get that out of here. Chimerious Cut. Now, this is for any type of scarab. Only takes a stack of 2. Probably be more willing to pick this one up. Metamorph, Gilded Shaper, Rusted Elder, Rusted Cartography, Rusted Elder, Rusted Torment, Polished Reliquary, and Polished Harbinger. That's not too bad. Cartographer's Delight, I do not pick up. Map Tier 5. Chaotic Disposition, 5 Chaos Orbs. I never turned one of these in this league, so 43 stacks of 5 Chaos Orbs. Bring it on. I never wound up running out of Chaos Orbs this league. Currently sitting on 1,901. So 215 additional Chaos Orbs for the pile. Chasing Risk, 3/4 of a Synthesis item, 6/8 of 76 Simulacrum Splinters. Checkmate. Costly Curio, double influenced item, 2 of 6. Double influenced unique item. Okay. Council of Cats, 3/4 of a feral item. Coveted Possession, 5 Regal Orbs. I can turn in 3 sets of this. 15 Regal Orbs. Regal Orbs are more rare, but I haven't used too many of them. Cursed Words, Maw of Mischief, the Bex card you had not heard. Bex is leaving GGG after the patch notes are released this Thursday. She will be greatly missed. Grants level 20 Death Wish skill. Dark Temptation, Obliteration. I do not pick this Divination card up because Obliterations drop all over the place. If you need one early in a league, these Div cards are cool. And if you're trying to get a perfectly rolled one in SSF, it's another chance at it. But I wound up with a few 40% Fizz's Extra Chaos already. I feel like this Divination card is just a little bit extra. Darker Half, 5 Elder Chaos Orbs. Only found 1 of the 3. Deadly Joy, 2 Implicit Corrupted Torrents Reclamation. So I believe once this goes to standard SSF, I will have a full stack of these. I found a few in the past. Death, a Montragle's Grasp. I don't pick this Div card up either. Or I would like to not pick this Divination card up. But all the way up here at the top, there is this Divination card, A Fate Worse Than Death. This card only being named Death. Whatever I do to it, drop-wise, will affect this Divination card as well. So I couldn't have that as the super small Divination card drops. So we can get a couple Montragle's Grasps. The Zombie Scepter. They're fairly common as well, though. Not the craziest range of rolls there either. Deathly Designs, level 21 Trapped Gem, 23% quality. 5 of 7 on that. 10 Delirium Orbs. Dementophobia. I have 1 stack of these. And 10 Blighted Delirium Orbs. Cool. Demigod's Wager. Orb of Annulment. I have 1 stack of these. An Orb of Annulment. Fantastic. Desecrated Virtue. I have 1 of the 9 needed to get a level 6 Awakened Support Gem. 20% quality. 23% quality, rather. Destined to Crumble. This is just a rare body armor, item level 100. There's very few body armors that are good, let alone have the base roll. So see how at the top of this, Energy Shield can roll from 171 to 197. Like in my loot filter, I only see rare items at this point of the top tier bases that are max rolled on the base. So almost always, this is going to give you something terrible that you do not need. I don't pick this Div card up. Yala's Subjugation, 23% quality support gem. I almost don't want to pick this Div card up because you can go a heist and get 23% quality support gems. So I mean, why do you want a 23% quality support gem? Like, these are all 20% quality gems. I guess maybe support gems might be harder to find. There's not as many support gems in here. So the fact that it is a support gem might be meaningful there, but you can't get level 21 out of these. If nothing else, that's 3 GCPs. I'll take it. Disdain. Stack of 5 for Delirium Orb. I have 3. Timeless, Armor Smiths, and Thaumaturge. Divine Beauty, I found 9 of the 12 for 7 Divine Orbs. Divine Justice. Unique Helmet with a Lab Enchant. I have 4 of them. As it might peak with Fireball chance to ignite. Oof. Ancient Skull, Pyroclast Mine damage. Oof. Obscurantis, Herald of Ice, Mana Reservation efficiency. Not rolled the worst either. That one's not terrible. And then the Broken Crown with double strike damage. Alright, well, 3 of them were bad. I mean, 1's interesting, but probably will never get used. Dodre's Madness. I normally don't pick this Divination card up, and I still have it in my loot filter here to, like, show up as small. But I was hand-picking those out of there because this league I made the Impending Doom build that was using the Dodre's helmet. So I was thinking I could get additional helmets from this if I wanted to try and maybe corrupt one. Yeah, Dodre's Scorn helmet. This is like a 1 in 20 with the ES roll. Was thinking about trying to corrupt these, but you still need helmet chance. So a 2-3-3 on this flask. A solid one. This one rolled 1-1-1. That one's bad. I really didn't need to be picking those up, but I did. Dying Anguish, level 19 alt quality gem. I have 1 of these stacks. We have an Anomalous Zealotry, additional 2 crit multi at max quality. Sure thing. And add that to the alt quality gem stash. Well, actually, I already have 1 of those. Dying Light, Shaper plus Elder item, level 100 Diamond Ring, only got 1. Earth Drinker, Granite Flask unique. There's only 2 possibilities of this. The Roomies and the Lion's Roar. Both of these flasks are pretty role dependent on whether or not you're actually going to use it. So this is a really good card. Like this is like I basically just got to use Divine Orbs on 2 Roomies. And even the one I'm using on this build wasn't max rolled. Echoes of Love, 2 Implicit Corrupted Fidelitas Spike. I shouldn't pick this card up. This is a leveling item, if anything. Increased Hail of Thunder buff effect, chance to shock, Resolute Technique attack speed, Belly Pin attack speed, additional projectile frenzy charge generation. Okay, it is a thing that exists. Emperor of Purity, 6-link Holy Chainmail. Item level 60. This Divination card is so that you can chance a Vol's Protector unique item. The Vol's Protector gives you power charge for each enemy you hit with a critical strike. This was used in a lot of discharge builds in the past. And now, though, you gain power charges instead of frenzy charges with Inner Conviction. And you get more spell damage per power charge. So this chest isn't as good, but literally the only thing that Div Card was for to be able to chance this item. And a low item level 6 link isn't worth too terribly much, so let's go bye-bye. Usings, sure. Emperor's Luck. I picked up 377 of these. Stack of 5 gets 5 random currency. What is the best that I get from this? It almost feels like this takes more effort than it deserves, but let's go. Let's see if I find anything worth having here. Chaos Orbs, Regals, maybe something. Mostly going to be currency you probably wouldn't pick up anyways. But it also could be 5 mirrors. It's currency, right? 5 fusings. The best. Oh, 5 chaos. 5 chisels. But no matter what, each of these turn-ins is 5 item pickups off of the ground that you then have to put in here. So you're basically picking each of these currencies up individually by getting all these div cards. In my opinion, this probably isn't worth either, but currency is a good thing. So I don't ever see myself not picking these up. 5 more chaos, 5 more chaos, 5 more chaos. We're up to 20. We build a stack of chaos orbs. What? You might be able to say I just got super lucky. 5 glass blowers. That's a new stack. More regrets. 5 instilling orbs. 5 greater eldritch Eker. That is the best thing to come from that. That's pretty cool. I mean, 20 chaos, 5 eldritchs, 10 regrets, 10 fusings. I'm not unhappy with it until I start thinking about the number of clicks it took to get all of this, but hey, it's the game we play. Endless Night. 4 out of 7 for Maloney's Mechanism. I got one of those to drop on the ground this league. That was crazy. Really nice extra little spot to level stuff. Etched in Blood. Rigwald's Quills, 2 Implicit Corrupted. I don't know that I've ever had one of these quivers, but I also don't think it's like really in the meta anymore. I don't know, but only 1. Eternal Bonds. Replica Cortex, only found 2. I don't know what a Replica Cortex is like. Maybe it's just a different boss drop, because I know the Replica Scepter exists. Ever Changing. Stack of 3 for 10 Orbs of Unmaking. I might have turned some of these in throughout the league as well, because I go through a lot of unmakings, because I like to rework and dive into different things. Another 110 Orb of Unmakings. Very happy about that. Yeah, that puts me up to 180, so I only had 70 left. Forbidden Power. Stack of 4 for a Corrupted Balefire unique. I probably shouldn't be picking this up. This is a scepter that gives you a level 25 Scorching Ray skill. Increases Scorching Ray beam length. I mean, I was dropping Balefires and leaving them on the ground. It's as simple as picking them up and corrupting them if I want one of these. Yeah, adding it to the list. And I'm just gonna pick these up and delete them real quick. What I was doing there is essentially hitting enter, type / delete, and it'll delete the item on your cursor. I have a macro for that. No, it's not delete, it's destroy. Not delete, destroy. Like, what is this? What can this give me that I, like, really need? This one max rolled with some extra cast speed. So, I mean, if any of them was worth keeping, it's gonna be that one. Recovering 3% of life and mana on kills is a lot. Definitely don't need flat lightning damage on this. Okay, I'll keep the one that rolled well. From Bone to Ashes, I got 3 of 8 for a 2 Implicit Corrupted Namahu's Flame. Gym Cutter's Mercy, got 2 of 3 for an exceptional gym. Would have liked to get it a second Enlighten. I have 2 builds that are using my single level 3 Enlighten. Gym Cutter's Promise, stack of 3 for a 20% quality gym. I have 69 of these. Nice. 23 20% quality gems. Flame Surge, Galvanic Field, damage on full life, Flame Dash, Ice Nova, Poacher's Mark, Animate Guardian, Enhance. Okay, I'm more in favor of this card now, if that's possible. Dread Banner, Steel Skin, Molten Strike, Caustic Arrow, Bone Offering, Warlord's Mark, Splitting Steel, Blasphemy, and I want to point out this is the first support gem that was not the Enhance. Iron Will, another support gem. Kinetic Blast, Bear Trap, Kinetic Blast, Galvanic Field, Animate Guardian, and Frenzy. Cool, another Enhance. And actually here, like, where this is not the end of the league, the 20% Flame Dash is really nice to have, as well as the Steel Skin. Oh, damage on full life, I guess, was a support gem. So, 4 support gems in total, 19 active skill gems, or 23 GCPs. Gift of Asenath. I got 3 of the 5 for an Asenath's Gentle Touch, 2 Implicit Corrupted. Gift of the Gemling Queen. Stack of 9 gives a level 20 support gem, and turn in 3 of these. Added cold damage, lesser multiple projectiles, and feeding frenzy. Add it to the tab of level 20 gems. Glimmer of Hope, a stack of 8 gives a unique gold ring. This can be fishing for Vinters, I guess. See how many of these can I turn in. 16. 3 for 3 so far. 4 for 4. Oh, Highwayman's pulling out in the lead now. It's pretty 50-50. 9 Highwaymans and 7 Vinters Gambles. Anything good. Want rarity, but not good resists. Reduced quant, instantly bad. And that one's not great either. Reduced quant and rarity. Only 1% reduced rarity, but not great. Big resists. Max quant roll, but reduced rarity and reduced quant. So then if you didn't like any of these, sell 3 of them. Get yourself another Venturous Gamble. Just rolled 0 on the quant, so it looks super weird. It's missing a line on it. What about this one? 3%. A minus lightning res, no. And then increased quant, reduced rarity. Good life roll though. Grave Knowledge. 20% quality summon Raging Spirits. I can turn in 4 of these. Cool, I guess. This is just a pretty terrible way to go after GCPs. I'm going to add that one to my list. Guardian's Challenge. Now, these were not all found divination card-wise. Sometimes in here, once you run the Kirak mission, you can purchase div cards like this one. Cost chisels, but that's where a lot of these cards came from. The Guardian's Challenge. So again, a Shaper Guardian map. I get 8 of them. And Minotaur wins. Phoenix loses. But more maps for the pile. Harmony of Souls. Only got 2 of 9 for 9 Shrieking Essences. These cards are way harder to get than Shrieking Essences are. I can tell you that. Haunting Shadows. 3/4 of a Metamorph item. Her Mask. There's been times I've been back and forth on this divination card because it is a lot of pickups, but there were even times this league where I was running out of Dusk and Dawns. They were going below my number of midnights and noons trying to farm for these divination cards. So if you're actively trying to use these, like, you actually could get use out of the Her Mask card, but there are lots of ways to get sacrifice fragments, and this is 4 individual pickups per, so see if it's good though. Dusk, noon, dusk, noon, dusk, 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 dawn, noon, midnight, dusk, and dawn. Dawns are kind of low there, but not a big sample size on that one. Heterochromia. A stack of 2 gives a unique 2-stone ring. Now, most likely, these will be Barracks rings, but you can get a Call to Brotherhood from this card, if I understand correctly. But yeah, Barracks Grip, Barracks Pass, Barracks Respite, cool. Call to Brotherhood, sure enough. I think that is all 4 possibilities right there. Oh, there's a 5th one. Rigwald's Crest. Forgot about that one. And then another grip, 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 and grip. That's what I was actually expecting there. I wasn't expecting to now have a second Call of the Brotherhood on the league. Getting the Respite allows you to vendor the set grip, pass, and Respite for the taming, which I've used on 2 different builds this league, making these. Cool. That was nice. Like, I got lucky on that one, I think. All right, home. I got 1 of the 3 required to get a 1 to 20% quality exceptional gem. If there were only 1 of these div cards, because the other one, I don't remember what it was called, I would have had all 3 and could have gotten an extra one, but meh. Hope. A corrupted prismatic ring. This is another one of those div cards that if I were to signal to my loot filter that I want those divination cards to drop small, then it might pull other things out of it. And the reason this works this way, right? Because I want divination cards to drop like size 32, right? But I want these cards to show up smaller. So they're very obviously less. But if I list these after this point, then this tag of all divination cards will just grab all of these. So I have to put this ahead of them, and then I have specific cards that'll drop with a big sound and a beam of light and whatnot. But it's because of that I don't like these cards that just have this one name. But Corrupted Prismatic Ring, we can go for it. I think there's 2 or 3 possibilities here. Yeah, the Lori's Lantern. This one gives flammability, lightning dispels and attacks. The bad thing about this is you can't quality it now to get the extra little bit of chaos res or all res off of these. And all res is a pretty decent implicit as is. So giving Malevolence Aura effect in place of what would be 12% all res qualityed up. That's a lot. And then conductivity on the maximum quant roll Thief's Torment. That just gives you the skill. You can't link it with anything. You gotta cast it. Min rolled on the all res though. You really need that all res, the life and mana on hit to make this really worth the 2 ring slots. But I don't think the implicit's like super great on these, because you can't use the catalysts is the big thing. But yeah, like I was mentioning, if I make this card show up as lesser, Last Hope gets caught in it, Glimmer of Hope gets caught in it. Looks like the only ones with hope in the name, but I can't filter that div card out the same way. And here's my fancy House of Mirrors. I have 53 Hubris, so this is 10 unique rings. I don't think we can get anything cool here, really. Dodre's Damning, it's kind of cool, but terribly rolled. Goku's Embrace. And again, Valiko's Sign. Like, I've already pulled so many of the garbage uniques from my overflow of uniques rings. Like, there's nothing special there. But at the same time, you never know. I don't think I can give you boss unique rings. Like, thinking about some of the rarer rings, probably the Andvarius would be a big grab out of there. Brandis Signets are rare, but only because they give XP gain. Getting Avengers Gamble is always cool, I guess. All the Brotherhood, but nothing crazy. Could add to your unique ring stash if you're trying to make lore weaves as well. Humility, I have 61. Stack of 9 gives a Tabula Rasa. Looks like I get 6 of them. Will any of them have quality? No. 7%. No, 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 and no. Oh, I can re-roll the Tabula. No quality. It went down in quality. This, what is this? Like, come on. I wanted a better Tabula. Game just doesn't give it to me. I just want the fusings. League's over. Hunter's Resolve, unique bow, turn those in. Hunter's Reward, stack of 3 gives the Taming. Cool. You don't gotta turn in the 3 barracks rings. And then getting one of these with the max resist roll is like the only roll on it, so it's a 1 in 10 to get that, and then you bless it up, quality it up. Super solid ring for any elemental build, especially if you're doing all the different elements. Immortal Resolved, 6 linked body armor influenced, but this is going to cap out at item level 80 because it doesn't specify, as any divination card turn-in does, the max item level of 80. So if there are roll requirements on things, this could be bad, but it also give you a bad base as well, like the Sharkskin Tunic. I guess I'm going to take my fusings. Imperfect Memories, I only got 1 of these for 3 implicit synthesized jewel. Imperial Legacy, stack of 22 gives you a 6-link Imperial Bow. I think I have turned in a set of these, maybe, and I'll show you why. Because, I mean, the bow is 6-linked, right? Yeah, 3 of them. Imperial Bow is the Lionized Bow, so we just corrupt this, and this, and then Painted Mythic Orb, poof, poof. Okay, we'll get another try here in a few minutes once I get to the other Mythic Orb that's in here. Jack in the Box, stack of 4 gives a unique item. I think I get 12. This could give me my bow. It could. It won't, but it could. Sign of the Sin Eater, Balefire. Lovely. Blood Grip, Snake Bite, Box Shade, Olmec's Sanctum. Can give you a map. Pillars of Arun, Painseeker, The Harvest, Wonder Trap, and a Venter's Gamble that is bad. Yeah, nothing hit there. I'm getting a Painseeker, getting another roll on the 100 to 200% more damage is always nice. I was very fortunate to get a max roll of those. Next, Keeper's Corruption. I got 2 of the 7 required for a Conch Effect Eldritch Bone Helmet, item level 89 Elder item. Lacrimal Necrosis. This is a guaranteed corrupting blood jewel. Only got 3 of these, so these are pretty rare. And is it good? It has 4 mods on it. Damage with 2-hand, lead duration, projectile damage, flask effect duration. Not great, but it's a Corrupting Blood Jewel. Lantador's Lost Love. This is also a divination card I do not pick up, but I wound up with quite a few, it looks like. It does give you a rare 2-stone ring. Item level will equal your own unless you're level 80 or above, and then it's maxed at item level 80, and then I guess you have to identify all these afterwards. So at this point in the league, these are basically worthless to me. And any of them, I mean, 74 life, double rarity rolls, some lightning res, nah. Last Hope, a stack of 3 gives them Mortal Hope. I have 51, so that's what, 17? Yeah, 17 Mortal Hopes. Not bad. I think Mortal Hope was the rarest of these Mortal Fragments until this Divination card came out, and it definitely switched to Immortal Ignorance. Like, I have 8 Grief, 7 Rage, 4 Hope, 5 Ignorance, but here's an additional 17 Hopes. Cool. Left to Fate. Stack of 4 gives a tier 16 map, Unidentified Corrupted. You get 6 of them, and it's probably going to pull from the map pools, so Coves, Arcade, Volcano, Dig. Yep, and then who knows? Who knows what's in store in these? They are 20% quality as well. That's cool. Lethean Temptation. We have 6 for a Nebulous. I think this is the Cortex Scepter. Lingering Remnants. A stack of 16 gets you a Vault Temple map. Currently sitting on 16 of them that I haven't ran. I have 239 of these div cards, so get some more. Actually, 1 away from the next stack. About 14 more Vault Temple maps. Now, the Vault Temple map says area contains 10 additional guarded vessels, guarded Vault vessels. If you take all of these nodes here, 2% increased effective modifiers on non-unique maps, you get them all. And then I think take Wandering Path, increased effective small Atlas passives, you'll get more of the Vol vessels out of the map. I think there's 20%, so probably like additional 4 Vol vessels out of them. And these maps are now one of the sources of the ultimatum aspects. So it's not bad to have a lot of these, I don't think. Especially since they're always corrupted and they can roll badly. But I'm not complaining about that. Lost Worlds. Stack of 8 gives a tier 15 map. I have 94. So 11 T15 maps. And that's going to pull from the map tier. So if you're trying to get like Atlas completion and you're missing a T15 map, you don't have Horizons or anything, you're still working on your Atlas, these div cards might be useful. But late in the league, definitely not. Loyalty. I have 305 of them. A stack of 5 gives 3 orbs of fusing. You can never have enough fusings in SSF. Like, absolutely not. Like, you're gonna get another, like, crazy, unique item that you want to link up, and you can just never have enough fusings. So, even though, in terms of clicks, this is inefficient, because you're picking up 5 for 3 orbs of fusing. You can never get enough fusings. I could have actually gotten more fusings, probably, from the Tabula cards, had I not re-rolled them. 183 additional fusings. Chill in there. And then, next, we go to the Lucky Connections. Stack of 7 of these gives 20 orbs of fusing. Only 7 stacks of those, but that's going to be another 120 fusings. I will take it. And a lucky deck, stack of 9 gives 10 stacked decks. Did not complete a stack of those. I got 2 out of 7 for Corrupted Voices. I think all voices are actually corrupted. Don't have to go fish it from a simulacrum. Lysa's Respite Corrupted Agate Amulet. You get 6 turn-ins here. The Ilar Dex with extra spell block. Not bad. Agate gives strength and int, so it's gonna be hard to get something crazy on this. Fire Leech, Cold Leech, not it. Extractor Mentis with Dex int. No. Extractor Mentis with attack block. And another Ilar Dex with Hatred Aura effect. I've always been intrigued by this unique amulet, as you can stack up a bunch more of damage taken from mana before life. If you're trying to min-max that, you're absolutely using this amulet, but I've never seen anybody do it super well that it's some like really busted build. I'm not keeping any of those. Up next, Man with Bear. Bestiary Scarab. Stack of 3. I got 4 of them. I actually used all my Bestiary Scarabs this league, so not the worst. Extra Einhar missions there. Though with the Sulfite Scarabs, this league I didn't use Sulfite Scarabs. And I'm actually probably stacked up quite a few Bestiaries again, which I have. Not sure on that div card. I think it's a new one though, so there's some novelty value there, I guess. Marblade. Got 3 out of the 16 required for an Eyes of the Great Wolf. A unique talisman. Very niche stuff. Merciless Armament. This is one that I don't pick up because it's a merciless two-handed weapon. Item level 100. Turn this one in. Oh, a Wraith Sword with a T1% fizz roll on it. I guess maybe you could imprint it and but oh, there's some lightning res. Oh, there's some crit chance. Ugh. I got enough alterations. If I can find the base and alt spam the percent fizz, like I'm not picking up those div cards. Misery and Darkness. 1 of the 6 required for a Shroud of the Lightless. Mitts. Stack of 5 gives a unique pair of gloves. And it looks like I get 12. So that's a full inventory of gloves. Basebreaker 647, Giant's Bane, Basebreaker 759, Flesh and Spirit, Comb Spirit, Algar Mortis, Poorly Rolled, Hanu Ahi, Maligaros, Loctonio Caress, Great Old One's Tentacles, Slither Pinch, and Nolan Void. A lot of different gloves, but I don't know that any of the gloves are super rare. Up next, Monochrome. A stack of 3 gives 2 elevated sextants. This is a Maven drop, so these are pretty nice. I think there's some crazy things these elevated sextants can do. Let's find out, shall we? 8 additional packs of monsters that deal lightning damage. Your maps contain Einhar. Additional Legion encounters, so it has 15 uses, though. June, Gloom Shrine, 5 additional rare monster packs. Area contains the Smuggler's Cache. Ooh, I have 4 others. Unique monsters drop corrupted items. 14% cold damage, 14% cold damage, 14% chaos damage. If there's some elevated sextant specific mods, probably pretty good. I guess the 15 uses is probably worth quite a bit as well, but moving on, more is never enough. Gilded Scarabs, stack of 7, I get 2 turn-ins for Metamorph Scarab and Gilded Harbinger Scarab. I will say that Gilded Scarabs are far more plentiful than those div cards. No Traces, a stack of 9 gives 30 Orbs of Scouring. Very nice. 3 stacks of these. Scourings are something that I'm on the lower spectrum of. Only 205 left, though I have almost 5,000 chance orbs. But I did a lot of scour alching things to not use chaos orbs. Yeah, scourings are among the lowest stacks in my entire currency tab. Nook's Crown. Item level 100 Elder Bone Helmet. Now, this is the one that drops off of Katarina. Parasitic Passengers, my favorite divination card. Gives 10 incubators. Item level 84. What do we got? Maddening Incubators. Delirium items. Okay. Peaceful Moments. 3 fifths of a Timeless Jewel. Div card seems to be harder to... I mean, maybe there's a way to target farm it, but I found it much easier to farm the legions for the Timeless Jewels. Perfection. Item level 100 Shaper Jewelry. Only 4 fifths of that. Prejudice. Influenced unique item. Stack of 7, I only get 1 turn in here. That's super cool though. Crusader Influence Prismatic Eclipse. That looks fantastic. Big fan. Pride Before the Fall. 4/8 of a Corrupted Comb's Heart. Pride the first one's 2/7 of a Feral's Fur. Prometheus's Armory. Double Influenced One-Handed Weapon. Item level 100. Only got 1 of the 6. Oh. Here we go. Reign of Chaos. Stack of 8 gives a single Chaos Orb. I have 1,028 of them. Oh, this one's gonna take a minute. Almost there. I don't know what this is worth. There's so many div cards picked up for what is going to be 128 chaos. Alrighty then. Add them to the pile. Rain Tempter. I don't pick this divination card up. It's a T6 map. Used to be a strand map at the lowest level. Phantasmagoria though. Rats. Stack of 8 gives you a unique Rat's Nest helmet. I have 125 of these. Fantastic. So it's a 1 in 75 for a max roll. For 75-25, that one's close. 71-25, 75-23. No, and I can only vendor, like, okay, if you're really fishing for the perfect one, here we go. We get 4 more tries right here. Nope. 73-25. It's a good one. 60-25. Bad. Oh, but there's more. 3 more chances. Nope. 74-25 on the very last vendor reroll. Pretty solid. I mean, but you still have to deal with the base evasion roll, so it's not like 100% perfect. Crazy. Rebirth. I have 5 of 27 required for Charon's sword. I think this is the sword that drops from like Uber Hillock. The Onigoroshi is what you get for that. Not an easy stack to complete. Reckless Ambition, Omisian. This is a pair of boots that you can get from Incursion. I don't know if this is the upgraded pair or not. Lose 7% of mana per second. You have Onslaught while not on low mana. Increase evasion rating per mana with a percent max mana. I've never seen anybody use these boots except for like mana stacking guardians. Sambadi's Vow. Stack of 3 gives a mortal fragment. I have 54, so that's 18. Alright, I got 7 grief, 6 rage, 4 ignorance, 1 hope. You might see something similar to that if you're farming normal at Zeri for the fragments. You're going to get far less hopes than any of the others. Ignorance is like next most rare, which is why, like I mentioned, that now ignorance is actually the most rare because of that divination card. Sambadi's Wisdom, 30% quality unique armor. This has potential to be really interesting. We got Ghost Writhe, not well rolled. Oscarm, like you really want body armors here, I think. Because having the 30% quality makes them much easier to link. Really nicely rolled pair of Southbound. Heber's Unification, there's a lot of energy shield on that. 30% quality is good there. But min rolled on the energy shield. And a Speaker's Wreath. Okay, don't need any of these. Oh, 2 armor scraps. Scholar of the Seas. Stack of 7 for Malkoon. I can turn in 7 of them. Map tier 6. So it does not factor in my Atlas for these. So you can't use the Divination card to farm yourself Malkoons for XP farming. Because the 100% increased experience gain is really nice in here, but only if you have the max tier of it. Regardless, it's a lot of currency out of these. Where'd you do it? 7 years bad luck. I got 4 of these from stack decks. Wild. Shard of Fate, Vivid Jewel for a stack of 4. Turn in 12. We can get varying jewel bases here off of this one, but this is a life roll on the jewel, guaranteed. So it's better than my luck identifying jewels, probably, because I did not have good luck finding good life jewels. And then you can augment, regal these, maybe exalt if they hit something crazy, but I mean, too late for that at this point for me. Bye-bye, jewels. Silence and Frost. 2 of 7 for the Pandemonious. That is a Toll Breach unique amulet. Pretty nice. Pretty rare as well. Society's Remorse. Stack of 1 gives you 10 alteration orbs. I have 46. So that's 460 more alteration orbs from the stack decks. Add them to the stack. This might get my main stack above 5,000. Yup. I think that should be all of the alterations. Alright, Something Dark. Stack of 5 gives a fully revealed area level 83 blueprint. Very cool. What is it? A mansion. 9 div card rewards. Oh boy. Cool. Soul Quenched. Experimented two-handed weapon. Item level 86. 30% quality. Very cool here. Honed Cleaver. Well, that's not great. Gives it increased max quality. And Impact Force Propagator. War Cries exert an additional attack. So this is not the top tier base either. The Honed Cleaver. The Impact Force Propagator requires level 70. So this is a top tier base. 30% quality. Item level 86. This is worth holding on to. These are hard to get. Especially like 30% quality. That would take perfect fossils. So I'm definitely holding on to that. Honed Cleaver though, nope. Struck by Lightning. I also do not pick up this card. It gives Electrocuting Jewelry, which is a jewelry piece with a T1 flat lightning to attacks. That's something you're looking for, sure, but you could get a gold ring or a bone ring, and you're restricted to item level 76, so nothing perfect there. I'd rather leave that div card on the ground. Terrible Secret of Space. Level 21 Golem Gem, 23% quality, corrupted. Now I just was able to complete this stack because I was farming coves to get all of the life force for the Gambas. So we've got 21-23 Flame Golem. Oh, I already had a 21-13 Flame Golem. Now I got a slightly better one. The Academic. We are 7 of 8 for Inspired Learning. Had I not been stuck in the Caldera all league, I probably would have ran more scriptoriums I completed this. There's like 4 of these I dropped. The others were from stacked decks. Because early on in the league, I was running a lot of like tier 12, I think, scriptoriums, as that's one of these low tier. Yeah. So like to ramp up your maps, I had my bottom was scriptorium into like dunes, I think, so I could have a ramp up to T16s. So that's how I got a lot of those. The Admirer, an @0 item. It's 9, and I only have 1 turn-in. Or Doriani's Invitation, Fire Belt. Well, I do like those. The Adventuring Spirit, Victario's Influence. I don't know if this card is worth picking up. I feel like I've seen a lot of these drop, and then there's another card that's for a better Victario's Influence. And this is kind of like an Aurabot chest as well, so meh. In SSF, you're not going to find much use for this, and I definitely don't need those. The Aesthet, Chavron item. I have 2 turn-ins of this. Picking those up in the scriptoriums as well off of Chavron, but Chavron's pace, and Chavron's pace as expected. Then the Apothecary, gotten 2 of these from stack decks. You're going to gamble those later as well. The Arena Champion, I don't pick this card up. T12 map, takes 10 div cards to get it. Pretty meh on that one. The Artist, a level 4 Corrupted Enhance. I got 4 of the 11 for the stack. The Aspirant, an elevated influenced item. Only 1 dropped. The Astromancer, 2 implicit corrupted. The Eternity Shroud. 1 of these dropped from Heist, 1 came from stacked decks. The Avenger, 1 of 12 for a corrupted Mjolnir. And I definitely looked at all of the Gabbles that were unique that dropped. No Mjolnir for me this league. The Awakened, item level 86, double influenced jewelry item. Pretty cool. Only got 3 though. The Battleborn, unique axe. I have 184 of these. Well, I need 5 for each axe. Farmed lots of calderas, that's where these come from, so we get a bunch. Can't take a lot of these at a time because a lot of axes are huge. See if we get anything crazy. Rigwald's Savagery, Debian's Dirge, Reaper's Pursuit, Screaming Eagle, Debian's Dirge, and Relentless Fury. This Debian's Dirge is very close to max roll. I'll probably hold on to that one. Actually, I guess I can just delete the axes I don't want. Comb's Primacy, The Harvest, Rigwald's Savagery, Dread Arc, The Blood Reaper, Sinvicta's Metal. I found a bunch of these this league. Max roll, if you were to use it as a damage weapon. Cool. Moonbender's Wing, the Screaming Eagle, Wide Swing, the Harvest, Debian's Dirge, Wide Swing, the Blood Reaper, Asmana's Bloodlust, badly rolled, Wide Swing, Reaper's Pursuit, Wings of Entropy, Dread Arc, the Blood Reaper, 10 more, Sinvicta's, 2 off max roll, not good enough, the Blood Reaper, Reaper's Pursuit, the Harvest, Rigwald's Savagery, Limb Split, Sinvicta's, Wings of Entropy, and Dread Arc. Alright, no Soul Taker, the only thing you can really get out of that's amazing. The Bear Woman, Fecund Ursine Pelt. This is a T1 life roll on a Warlord's Ursine Pelt, the bear. Okay. Augment, Cold Res, Regal, Evasion Rating. RIP. I don't like the magic item div cards as much. The Beast, a stack of 6 for a Belly of the Beast unique. Turn in 2. Not a bad starter chest, but not super great. Increased Flask life recovery rate. That might be good for Poisonous Concoction. The Betrayal, Malagaro's Virtuosity. Pair of gloves. Stack of 9, 3 turn-ins here. These gloves set your crit multi to 300%. So you don't have to spec into crit multi. It gives you some crit chance. Nothing super special here. There have been strong builds that did use those gloves though. The Bitter Blossom, 1 of 3 of level 21 Chaos Gem, 23% quality. I might have turned one of these in, I don't remember. The Blazing Fire for Chin Soul Bow. I don't pick these cards up. These drop all over the place, but so do Chin Souls. Turn 1 in. Yeah, these bows are everywhere. The Blessing of Moosh. Unique item with a lab enchant. 5 turn-ins. Mind Spiral with Plague Bearer. Nope. Edict of Reflection, Flesh and Spirit. I mean, that's like the best glove enchant. Black Suncrest with Unearth Spawn Corpses with +5 level. I don't know, that's good. Ancient Skull with Blade Blast AoE, and Devotos with Pestilent Strike Duration. There might be something in that, but still, ick. Don't need those. The Body, Stack of 4 for unique body armor. These come from Div Cards. These come from strong boxes. You got Ice Tomb, Kintsugi. Hold up. That's cool. Less damage taken if you have not been hit recently. Then stacks a bunch of extra evasion if you have been hit. Very nice chest. And since this has such high evasion rating on it, you can stack things like the evasion mastery, 100% increased evasion rating from equipped body armor, things like that. Really kind of get the most out of a Kintsugi. I wonder if those can just drop on the ground now. Ooh, a Cloak of Defiance. I don't think I got one of those this league either. Mind over matter with a bunch of extra mana. Regenerate 1% of mana per second. Cool. Tinker Skin, Restless Ward, Ghost Writhe, Bronze Lith, Ambush Charge, Greed's Embrace, Lightbane Raiment, Kiri's Ire. It's also a really good chest. A lot of flat cold damage to bow attacks, a lot of spell suppression, another big evasion chest as well, and Zondita's Cassock. Well, that was cool. I got some actually pretty decent body armors. There weren't many of those. See, are all these new? Furies I had. Cloak of Defiance was new. Kintsugi is new. Very good luck on those cards. The Bones. A level 21 Vol Summon Skeletons. This card drops from a very specific Rogue Exile, but there's a level 21 Vol Summon Skeletons. Very target farmable on that one. The Brawny Battle Mage. This is another card to do not turn in. Merciless Tornado Wand. This is a Tornado Wand with a Fizz roll on it. Don't know why you'd want this, because it's a low attack speed base, but it's a thing that exists. And it has extra flat lightning to attacks now, instead of spell damage implicit, so it got better this league, but still, I don't think it's the ideal base for a Fizz Wand. You got cold damage and mana regeneration rate. Lovely. The Breach. 3 of 4 of a Breach item. I only got 3 of those. That's wild. The Brittle Emperor. Vol's Devotion. That's the amulet. It's very rare. The Cache. Stack of 6 for unique jewelry. This could give Headhunters, Mage Bloods, or Garbage Rings. 13 Turn-Ins, the Ignimon, Salio's Sign, Namahu's Sign, Stone of Lazwar, Dodre's Damning, Carnage Heart, Barracks Pass, Valerium, Ruby Ward, Ascent from Flesh, Knight's Hold, and Rash Kaldor's Patience. None of that I needed. The Cacophony, 3 Deafening Essences. For a stack of 8, we have 8. So we get 3 Deafening Essence of Misery. The Card Sharp, stack of 4 for Divination Scarab. These drop from Incursions, which I have not done much of at all this league, so I didn't get super many, but a couple extra Div Scarabs. The Cartographer. Stack of 1 for 10 Cartographer's Chisels. I turned some of these in for chisels earlier, but I've gotten a lot more. Lots more chisels here. And boom, another 500 chisels. I only have 795 at the moment, but that's quite a lot of chisels. The Cataclysm. Stack of 13 for a level 21 Corrupted Spell Gem. Turn in 2 of these. Got a level 21 Sigil of Power, and a level 21 Orb of Storms. Not the worst. The Catalyst, a stack of 3 for a Vol Orb. I have 217 Vol Orbs incoming. 72 Vol Orbs. Such a fun process this is. The Catch, Incubated Fishing Rod. Item level 99, 2 of 18. It's a thing that exists. The Celestial Justicar. 6-link Astral Plate. Turn 1 in, and I mean, there's a item level 80 6-link Astral Plate. Cool. 20 fusings. The Chains That Bind. 6-link Body Armor. Stack of 11. I have 5 turn-ins here. More item level 80 6-links. Really good to get your first 6-link early in a league. You can get it on really bad bases. Nothing great there. But look, it's 100 fusings. Cool. The Coming Storm. This used to drop all over the place. I haven't seen them quite as often, but I don't pick these cards up usually either because I normally drop one of those, but I think this chest has gotten a little rarer, and it also saw some use from some big streamer, I think, this league or last league, so I don't know that one should be on my blacklist, but currently it is. The Conduit. 2 of 9 for Doriani's Fist. Does Doriani's Fist really need to be that rare? It is a unique build enabling item, but the Craving. 3 of 4 for an Unending Hunger. So just 1 away here. I believe this is a jewel that gives specters Soul Eater or some kind of Life Leech or something, some Spectre-oriented jewel, and since jewels are so rare, these are pretty valuable, I think. Though I don't know if there's a build out at the moment that's really making use of it. The Cursed King, 6 of 8 for Rigwald's Curse. I do not pick these cards up. Rigwald's Curse is an amulet that gives +7 to unarmed melee attack critical strike chance. I've found a few of these. If you're playing a Facebreaker build, it's a really good amulet to have, but I don't pick those cards up. The Damned, 1 of 6 for a Soul Ripper. That's a very, very rare flask. It is usually easier to get it from the Div Cards than from Incursions. It's so rare, but I did manage to get one of them. The price of the Soul Ripper flask is not based on the item's usefulness, but on the item's rarity. The Dapper Prodigy, a stack of 6 for a 6-link body armor, item level 100. This is a much better card. I can turn in 4 of these and hope you get good bases. No. Mage Vestment, item level 28. Varnished Coat, the Carcass Jack base. But hey, there's some more fusings. The Dark Mage, stack of 6 for a item level 55 6-link staff. Not much you can do with this, but early in a league, this could carry you places if you're playing a staff build, but never going to be your in-game. The Darkest Dream, Severed in Sleep Corrupted. I only got 1 of 6 for this, and I got a Severed in Sleep from my very first Chayula kill of the league, so maybe the Div Card's rare, I don't know. The Deal, stack of 5 for Cartography Scarab. I only have 2 sets to turn in. I like having Cartography Scarabs in case you need to farm a specific map base. These help. I'll always pick those up. The Deep Ones, 3 of 5 for Tidebreaker. Tidebreaker is an Imperial Maul that has a lot of flat fizz, but no percent fizz. Oh, it gives percent fizz per endurance charge, reduced enemy stun threshold with the weapon, and endurance charge on melee stun as an extra link there. So it's a lot of flat damage, no great speed there, but there's a Divination card to help you get that if you wanted it. The Demoness, Death's Hand, so a pretty cool, unique scepter that is a attack mace oriented weapon, but big range of rolls on it. So if you're trying to make a Death's Hand build, the Div Cards might be good to get more rolls on that. Using one of these weapons was the first build I ever got into red maps with ever, playing a Hierophant ground slam like Harbinger League. The Destination, 1 of 9 for a 2 implicit corrupted Watcher's Eye. Seems pretty rare. The Doppelganger. Normally I don't pick these up. In SSF, I'm a little more likely to because each turn-in is a GCP, so I was picking these up off of the ground even though they were smaller Div Cards on my loot filter. But just 20% quality Mirror Arrow. Just turn around and do them all for GCPs. And there's 20 GCPs. Easy. The Dragon. I do not pick this card up. Stack of 4 for a Coruscating Elixir. That is a Ruby Flask. Removes all but 1 life on use. Removed life is regenerated its energy shield over 2 seconds, and chaos damage does not bypass energy shield during effect. I don't know that I found one of these. The Div Card might be the only way to get one of these flasks, but its use is pretty limited because it only regenerates the removed life. The Dragon's Heart, stack of 11 for a corrupted level 4 in power. Only got 2. The Dreamer, 1 of 6 for a Chayula item. The Dreamland, stack of 8 for Poidroy's Asylum. 1 turn in there. There's lots of better ways to get Poidroys. The Dungeon Master, double influenced unique belt item. Only got 6 of the 7 for that. The Easy Stroll, tier 15 8 mod corrupted map. Only requires 2. I have 16, so I get 8 of these. Coliseum, Racecourse, Coliseum, Core. So it's always going to be your T15 map pool. 8 mod maps have tons of quant on them. They are 20% quality as well. I don't think the Divination card noted that. The Eldritch Decay, Uber Elder Fragment, or a stack of 4. I have 10, so that gets 2 of these. Fragment of Knowledge and Fragment of Shape, what I like to see out of that. I don't like doing Shaper. Next, the Encroaching Darkness, stack of 8 for a corrupted unique map. 109 will get me 13 unique maps. Maelstrom of Chaos, Obas, Acton's Nightmare, Death and Taxes, Waka Wairua Tuohu, Waka Wairua, Care Blade, Joys, Waka, all of Grandmasters, Hollowed Ground, Joys. Add them to the stash. The Endurance, stack of 4 for a Vivid Crimson Jewel. So this one's guaranteed to be a Crimson Jewel, but it will roll life on it. 14 turn-ins here, and it'll roll from 5 to 7%, and then you can augment regal these. Definitely a really good way to get a life jewel for yourself. You know what? This time, augment, dex, int, damage, reduced effective curses, poison damage, life recoup, strength, burning damage, attack speed, fire lightning res, melee damage, cold res, chance to shock, damage with bleeding, damage with bleeding. Only one that really jumped out as good is the reduced effective curses on you with 10 all res there. Ooh, the generic attack speed. One's good. Totem res. So you still gotta get lucky after the fact. The Enlightened. 2 of 6 for a level 3 Enlightened. That's all I got of those. And yeah, the Enthusiast. I knew there was one of these also out there. Victario's Influence 2 Implicit Corrupted. So I got 2 sets of this, and I got 2 sets of the actual Victario's card. But +2 to level of socketed AoE gems. Like that is +2 all the auras you have in there, because they're all AoE gems. +2 trap and mine and damage. But then you gotta figure out how to link it. But you don't always have to link these. You just need to 6 socket it. So it being corrupted's not the worst. You could almost do it in the actual crafting bench. The Escape. I turned in a set of these. Currently at 2 of 5 for a 7 league step. I wanted that to rush through leveling the last character. The Ethereal, stack of 7 for a 6-link Valregalia, but this is also capped at level 80, and you have to deal with your implicit energy shield, which is really important on any energy shield bases. So like the one I'm wearing here is a max 197 energy shield before I'm then stacking the energy shield on it. This one, like, I don't know that I could hit as high energy shield on it if I tried because of the armor base percent. So, 20 fusings. The Explorer, 3 of 6 for a corrupted map. That one's on my list. I don't pick those up. The Eye of the Dragon. I only have 1 of 10 for a corrupted unique jewel. More jewels being rare. The Fathomless Depths. Stack of 8 for a light poacher. It's Abyss Helmet. 2 turn-ins here. Can't have 2 sockets on it, so there's always potential here. Did not get it. Only roll here is an all res. Both of these min rolled. It's more about the sockets though. The Finishing Touch. Stack of 2 for a Fertile Catalyst. I have 22 of these, so 11 Fertile Catalysts. These come from Betrayal members, I believe. And I currently have 38, so there's 11 more. The Fletcher. Corrupted Drill Neck. Definitely don't think I need these anymore. I'm adding it to the list. You're maxed out at an item level 80 on this drill neck as well, so I don't think you can get the additional chain or pierce or additional air, whatever quiver can roll here. Full damage. A lot of flat lightning, but you're losing a pierce by corrupting this. Physical is extra fire. Projectiles deal increased damage with hits and ailments for each enemy pierced. I mean, that's the mod on the drill neck. And lightning with bow attacks. Nah. Usually want the pierce anyways with this, so I think that div card will go next time. The Florist Gift. 5-link staff, item level 66. This card's not great, but all of these cards will be 6 socketed, so I can get jewelers from these. So I can just vendor them all after I turn them in. Though they're not going to be worth anything outside of this, but it does add up after a while. I'm just going to dump the 42 jewelers in the stash because this is going to take a minute. You could easily go without picking these cards up, but in SSF I feel like you probably want to because, like I mentioned, you can never get enough fusings. They're really tedious, mostly because these are so big. Like, I can only do 6 at a time. It gets to be quite a bit. Definitely over 200 Jeweler's Orbs though from all of those. Up next, the Fool. Stack of 4 for 20 Orbs of Chance. 11 turn-ins. 220 Chance Orbs. It's gonna overflow my Chance Orbs. The Forgotten Treasure. Leather Belt. Unique. Double influenced item. Would be a Headhunter. And it's a Worm's Molt Elder Warlord. The Formless Sea. I do not pick this card up. It is for a Varanastra. This is a sword. Counts as all one-handed melee weapon types, so you can stack any damage on the tree, but it doesn't have attack speed. It doesn't have crit chance. It's slow. Never seen anybody do anything spectacular with this, and they can still drop, so not picking the cards up. for that one. The Forsaken Umbilicus Immortalis. This is for a belt. I also don't pick this card up. This belt right here. Flask you use apply to your raised zombies and specters and not to you. Gives you max life and life regen. Nothing crazy there. The Forward Gaze, a replica item for a stack of 6. I have 2 stacks. Is replica Prism Weave, replica Quillrain. Got both of those. The Fox, a stack of 6 for a level 20 gem. Turn in 4. Level 20 Flicker Strike. Explosive Trap, Intimidating Cry, and Energy Blade. My level 20 plus gems tab is almost full. The Fox and the Brambles, 2 Implicit Corrupted Bramblejack for a stack of 7. 1 turn in. Got +2 Socketed Curse Gems, reduced lightning damage taken. Now requires level 36. Yikes. Alright, the Gambler. Stack of 5 for random divination card. Basically a stacked deck, not quite. I have a lot of them. Won't get quite 100, but 70 something. This is just tedium, but I used to never pick these up either. But here's a loyalty. The Fox, the Blazing Fire, the Cartographer, the Catalyst, Reign of Chaos, Emperor's Luck, the Wrath, Sword King's Salute, the King's Blade. Yeah, see, like this is a card. Like what? I don't need that. The Void. That's an extra one. Thunderous Skies. That's a card I don't pick up. Call the first ones I don't pick up. Sword King's Salute. The Lion. Oh, 3. The Emperor's Luck. Metalsmith's Gift. I don't pick this one up. Bloodthirsty Eternal Sword. Nope. Hunter's Resolve. Humility. The King's Blade. Number 3. Hunter's Resolve. Blazing Fire. The Harvester. The Army of Blood. No. The Innocent. It's a good card. The Calling for Beyond item. That's one I don't pick up. Why I don't pick these up? Because they're common div cards. You see all the time that aren't going to have anything worth. Lost Worlds. Society's Remorse. More alterations. Reign of Chaos. The Penitent. Rite of Elements. Laura's Gift. Reign of Chaos. Alone in the Darkness. The Messenger. The Demoness. Struck by Lightning. Emperor's Luck. Thirst for Knowledge. The King's Blade. Almost got a full set for the item level 66 sword. Oh, it did get a full set. Prosperity. Another ring. Like, I don't pick that up. The Gladiator. Boon of Justice. The Arena Champion. Like, so many of these. They're just like, would have left on the ground. The Primordial. The Lich. Corrupted Midnight Bargain. I don't pick this up either. The Jeweler's Boon. 5 linked body armor. Influenced item. Max level 80. I don't pick these up either. Metalsmith's Gift. The Lover, don't pick those up. Dark Temptation, don't pick those up. The Harvest, another Blazing Fire. Shard of Fate, Emperor's Luck, Reign of Chaos, Destined to Crumble. Hey, I'll take my chisels. The Void can wait. Alterations. I would have rather had the stacked decks than pick all these up. They're not worth. You're like forcing like a lot of these items into your inventory. Cyrus Shards, don't pick that one up. Another Loyalty. Somebody's Vow. 3 Faces in the Dark. 1/7 of 3 Chaos. The Scholar. I do pick these up though. Surprisingly enough. The Arena Champion. Nope. Reign of Chaos. The Coming Storm. I also don't pick that one up. The Survivalist. I shouldn't pick this one up. Oh, I probably do. Alchemy Orbs. I get more than I can use almost always in SSF. Another Reign of Chaos. Modest Request. The Megalomaniac Jewel. That's cool. The Union. The Opulent. Item level 100 Ring. Reign of Chaos. 3 Faces in the Dark. Loyalty, and Auspicious Ambitions. Experimented item level 1. I think I had, I don't want to scroll this up, but yeah, I had 3 of this, so I can turn this card in now. I should have started with the stack, or the Gambler cards. So this completes the stack that I skipped. Very intrigued by this one too. Double Influenced Experimented item. We got a Banishing Blade. Attack, critical strikes, ignore enemy monster elemental resistances. And this is the top tier of it. And we've got Crusader and Redeemer Influence. Nifty. Not easy thing to get if you wanted this exact thing. Worth holding on to, I guess. I should stop picking up Reign of Chaos. Dump all the rest of the garbage. A lot of divination cards picked up that didn't amount to much, in my opinion. Adding the Gambler to the list. Next, the Gem Cutter. Stack of 3 for a Gem Cutter's Prism. I have 190. That's 60 more GCPs. I was really curious to see the difference in how I was able to obtain GCPs versus Ruthless, as I felt like divination cards would have made Gem Cutter's Prisms something more acquirable in Ruthless, but it is so easy to acquire GCPs doing heist and just picking up quality gems in the base game that I didn't need the divination cards here. But getting quality on your gems in Ruthless is just like something you don't do. Another 63 GCPs. The Gentleman, stack of 4 for Corrupted Unique Sword. I don't pick those up. The Gladiator, Nightmare Bassinet for a stack of 5. Only 2 unique Nightmare Bassinets. Bringer of Rain, and what is it? Devoto's Devotion. Only 2 things we can get here. I guess you go fishing for rolls, maybe. I did not find many Bringer of Rains. I find quite a few Devotos throughout the league. It appears to be the more common helmet from the cards as well. Bringer of Rain lets you not use a chest armor. You can get endurance charge on block, and you get a pseudo 7 link out of your helmet with melee fizz, faster attacks, and blind. But it has to roll pretty big for it to be good. You have big life roll, big armor evasion on it. Next, Flaring Eclipse Staff, item level 100. The Golden Era. Interesting. I think this is, yeah, T1 flat fizz. You wanted to make a fizz staff. I think you'd have to hit the augment. Chance to ignite. Fizz dot multi. That's pretty fat. Regal, fast speed, and global crit multi. Could then take this. Like, cannot roll caster mods. Lots of divine, so I'm not going to demonstrate here. But then you can try and hit the other fizz rolls. Then you got a decent bleeds. Cannot roll caster mods. Send it. Exalt fizz. Oh, that was fire. Again. Did it hit the fizz? Oh, it hit T7 fizz accuracy. Alright, null. It took off the dot or rip. Next up, the Gulf. 2 implicit corruptive thread of hope. Only got 1 of 5. The Harvester. Stack of 11 for the harvest. Probably should add that one to the list. I don't think this is a super great weapon. Also, I've gotten plenty of them from different means. The Heroic Shot. 21 times 17 chromatic orbs. Sure. 357 chromatic orbs. Added to the stash. Ooh, this might overflow beyond chromes. Yup. The Hive of Knowledge. Mocking emits 2 implicit corrupted. Only 3 of 6. The Hoarder. Stack of 12 for an Exalted Orb. I have 44. So 3 turn-ins. 3 Exalted Orbs. Not bad. I like more Exalted Orbs. The Hook. 1 of 8 for level 21 alternate quality gem with 23% quality. That's pretty crazy. The Hunger. I have a stack of 9 for a Taste of Hate. This right here is my first ever Taste of Hate in solo self-found. Never had it before. So that's awesome. That's a bucket list item for me. Keep it in a safe place here. Because, yes. Alright, the Innocent. Stack of 10 for 40 Orbs of Regret. Those can come in pretty handy. Each Divination card pickup is worth 4 Regret Orbs, so always should pick those up. The Insane Cat. 2 out of 9 for a corrupted item level 84 Mage Blood. That's pretty wild. I like. The Insatiable. Stack of 3 for a corrupted Harvest. Turn in 5. Is the same unique axe that scales crit chance per level. Blast charge on crit chance. 17% increased attack damage against bleeding enemies and chance to cause bleeding. And attack speed. The attack speed is low on this anyways. It doesn't have flat fizz on it. 2 area of effects. Bleed, attack speed, and fizz damage. Nah. Next, the Inventor. Stack of 6 for 10 Vol Orbs. I'll take it. Got 9 turn-ins there, so 90 more Vol Orbs. Cool. The Jester, a merciless one-handed weapon. I don't pick this card up either. Percent fizz roll on a one-handed weapon that could be terrible. The Jeweler's Boon, 5-linked body armor. This can be a 5-linked without the 6th socket on an influenced item, max item level 80. I don't pick that card up. The Journalist. I picked this card up early, but it's in the list of devalued cards. A double veiled helmet, 2 turn-ins here, so you can get veils easily with this, but after a while, there's nothing new to unveil, so this helmet's not going to be really worth anything. Max item level 80, nothing really here, outside of it being a tool to get your unveils. Ew, trigger with focus. Sure, I guess. The Journey. Stack of 3 for a Harbinger's Orb. Pretty nice. Harbinger's Orbs are pretty rare. There's 8 of them. Add to the pile that pushes me to 64 Harbinger Orbs, as those piled up as I farmed so much Ancient Orbs. The King's Heart. Comb's Heart. For a stack of 8. I got a bunch of these farming the Calderas. So 2 Comb's Hearts here. 38 fire, not bad. 33. Really bad on the armor roll there. It came with quality though, so I'll quality it. Corrupt it. Rip. They both can go. The Landing. A stack of 5 for a T15 Beachhead. Only one that I can turn in. I can probably make a lot more of those with the Harbinger Orbs. The Last One Standing. 1 of 10 for an At-Zeri's Disfavor. I think this got buffed as well, so this card is much rarer than it used to be. The Leviathan. A 2 implicit corrupted Maven item. I think there's a lot of potential in this card as it opens up a lot of stuff you can do with the belts. Like an Arden's English, you guarantee a 2 implicit corrupted on that. Or the boots, the Legacy of Fury, since you can't put implicits on these. Get 2 implicit corrupted on that. Also pretty cool. I think that's a very cool card. I think it's new this league as well. The Leviathan. The Lich, yeah, this was on my list of don't pick up. Corrupted Midnight Bargain. Midnight Bargain reserves a percentage of your life to give you +1 max zombies, specters, skeletons. Can't use it with CI. Very strange thing. Something you could probably buy in Trade League for a Chaos day 1 of the league. So I don't like the div cards worth. The Life Thief. 2 of 6 for a Xerfe's Heart. Xerfe's Heart's an amulet that has flat chaos damage. Chaos damage can ignite, chill, and shock. You gain Soul Eater when you use a Vol skill. And items and gems have increased attribute requirements. I think this is an incursion boss drop. The Lion. 3 of 5 for a Lioness item. We've turned in way too many of those this league. The Long Con. 2 of 4 for an Elder Slayer's Exalted Orb. Those things are rare. I got 1 Hunter's Exalt, though I didn't run all of them. I got a bunch of maps I could run there. Probably squeeze another 1 or 2 out of those. But those are rare. So cool div card. The Lord in Black. Ring of Bamoth. Item level 83. I do not pick this card up. Another magic item with a single mod on it. The Lord of Celebration. A Scepter of Celebration. Shaper item. So this is a scepter with a T1 attack speed roll on it, and it's a shaper item. I don't pick these up. The Lover. I don't pick these up either. Item level 79 jewelry. They're nice early on if you can get them. You might get some higher item level jewelry when you're progressing your Atlas, but generally this is just a bunch of garbage. You're not getting the best item level. But I still wound up with a few, and they can be any jewelry base, so you can get some bad bases here too, but every single one of these is going to be terrible. Just a lot of wasted time to vendor some rare items. In the end, with the Lover. Next, the Mad King. These cards drop in Calderas. Stack of 7 for an Ultimatum Aspect. I can turn in 3 of these because I farmed so many Calderas. So there's Victorious Fate, and Victorious Fate. Yeah, cool. Exactly what I wanted. And that's what I got in the last video. The only Ultimatum Aspects I've ever gotten. All the same. The Magma Crab. Stack of 6 for a level 21 Vol Molten Shell. Molten Shell got nerfed, but it lets you have a level 21 one, but you lose a lot of duration by getting it through the div card. The Master. Stack of 4 for Bisco's Collar. 4 turn-ins here. There's pretty wide roll range on this. A 1 in 15 plus a 1 in 50, so that's pretty hard to get a perfect one of these, so this gives you more chances for that, and all of these whiffed pretty badly. The Master Artisan, 20 quality currency for a stack of 5. I have 120, but I think I should be able to fill my inventory here. It's me 24 turn-ins. I guess quality currency, what are you looking for here other than GCPs maybe? And I think these come from the Artisan Strongbox as well. I'm not even going to get GCPs. Oh, there's the Glass Blowers. So I got 1 stack of Glass Blowers out of 24 turn-ins. Pretty weak. The Mercenary. Stack of 5 for a unique shield that is corrupted. Got Malagaro's Lens. Reduced area damage from hits. Great Old One's Ward is taking his lightning. Good life, bad everything else. Spell block Springleaf. +1 max attack block Zeal's Amplifier. Crest of Parandus with reduced damage taken from projectile hits. Nope. The Messenger. A Harbinger piece. For a stack of 4, I can turn in 2 of these. Got first piece of Direction's Blunt Arrow Quiver piece. And second piece of the Arcane Legion Sword piece. Ooh. Gotta do a lot of beachheads to actually put those things together. Next up, the Metalsmith's Gift. Stack of 6 for a Prismatic Ring. Maxed item level is 80 off of that. And if you want a Prismatic Ring, you vendor all 3 types of the 2-stone rings together. And if they're all level 86, you're going to get an item level 86 prismatic ring. Why do you need to pick these cards up? So I don't. The Mind's Eyes, 2 of 7 for an astral projector. This is a really cool amulet or ring that lets you cast Nova skills or something like that on target rather than around you. So if you wanted to like Ice Nova, it's going to happen around your character, but with that, it'll happen at your cursor or something like that. Metamorph unique item. The Mountain, Jewel of Potency, for a stack of 6. So this is a jewel that rolls crit multi, global crit multi, I think. Turn in 9 of these, so you're guaranteed the 9 to 12 roll there. Same as the Vivid jewels, just more augment regal Gamba. Next, I got the Nurse, 1 of 8 for the Doctor Div card. So this is 1/64th of a Headhunter. The Oath, stack of 6 for a Death's Oath. That's the chest piece that has the Chaos Degen aura around you right here. Yeah, 3 of them. Not the craziest roll ranges on this. I guess really you're looking for life and attack speed to be high. The others can't be too low to not be good. The Obscured, stack of 7 for a Breachstone. I only have 4. The Offering, stack of 8 for Shavron's Wrappings. I have 9, so I can get another Shavs. This will be the 3rd of the league. Rolled pretty badly. Low energy shield there. The Offspring, 3 of 9 for Rislotha's Coil. I get these 2 cards confused all the time. The Offering and the Offspring. The Old Man, 1 of 12 for a 2 implicit corrupted rare fishing rod. The One with All, stack of 6 for a corrupted Lahoop, and turn in 7 of these. Global Fizz damage. Grants level 21 Anger skill, 8% cast speed, Wrath aura effect, Grace aura effect, Anger aura effect. That one's rolled pretty nicely. And Pride aura effect. All pretty niche as corrupted stuff is. And these roll 1 to 20 on all the mods, so it's hard to get good ones of these. Wait, you can't 3 to 1 corrupted items, maybe? Okay. Next is the Opulent, stack of 5 for an item level 100 ring. These I do pick up, unlike the chest armors, because these can give you the upgraded bases, like the Cerulean, what are they? The Opal ring, Steel rings, Cerulean, Vermilion ring, Iolite ring. You can get item level 100 using that div card. So I always try and grab those. Did not get it here, so this is probably all bad. Next, the Pack Leader, stack of 6 for an Alpha's Howl. I can turn in 4 of these, so 4 more Alpha's Howls. Cool beans. You can corrupt these and try and hit. The Socketed Gems have reduced reservation cost or something like that. It's nice for an Alpha's Howl. And you can actually corrupt them, or you can actually put helmet chance on them now with these Tainted Blessings if they're corrupted. So, well, I corrupted those. The Pact, 4 of 9 for a Pledge of Hands. The Patient, stack of 8 for the Nurse. I have 8, so I can turn this in and get myself a second 64 of a Headhunter. The Penitent, stack of 5 for an Unset Ring. I can turn in 11. I think this can give the Pariah. I don't know. Like the only thing I haven't seen this league ring-wise. Lots of Essence Worms, lots of Malachis. More Essence Worms. More Malachis. Mark of Submission. Yeah. Nope. The Poet, stack of 9 for a corrupted Blood of Corruption. I can turn in 3 of these. Blood of Corruption you get by corrupting a Tear of Purity amulet. It'll just turn into one of these. Grant the Gluttony of Elements skill. I think that's the only way to get Gluttony of Elements. And what does that do? Gluttony of Elements is a Vol skill that causes taking elemental damage to heal you and nearby allies instead. So it's a strange one, but it's tied to a Vol skill. The Polymath, 1 of 3 for an Astramentus. I don't know that I got an Astramentus on the league, actually. Oh, I don't think so. It would have been interesting with the attribute stacker. The Porcupine, item level 50, 6-link short bow for a stack of 6. And turn in 8 of these. You can craft yourself a nice early on bow for a lot of different builds with one of these. But I'm happy for more fusings. Got more fusings from those than I did the loyalty cards. Price of Loyalty, 1 of 4 for a 2 implicit corrupted Skin of the Loyal. Those are very cool cards. Hard to get though. Price of Prescience, 3 of 5 for a 100% Delirious Vol Temple map. That's crazy. Price of Protection, stack of 5 for an Elder Guardian occupied map. So this is 3 Elder Guardians. That's cool. This card's changed a couple of times, I think. Oh, 8 mod corrupted at that. Ooh. Okay, well, there's a challenge invoked by these. These are pretty cool. Fun stuff there. That Primordial, stack of 5 for a Primordial Jewel. Turn in 2 of these. You can drop these at any map where the boss is a golem, but Primordial Harmony and Primordial Eminence. And yeah, I didn't see any of those drops, so the card might be your best bet at getting these. Those jewels are non-existent. The Prince of Darkness, 1/6 of an Elegant Hubris. Okay, I don't understand why. Elegant Hubris are usually like the least valuable of all of the timeless jewels. The Professor, 3/4 of the Putrid Cloister. The Puzzle, stack of 5 for 5 Breachstone Splinters. And these drop from Beyond or Scourge Beyond now. So I was farming Scourge all league. I got a bunch of these. 22 turn-ins here. Will we see any Cheula? I don't know. They got 10 Ol, 45 Toll, 30 Esh, 25 Zoth, no Cheula. Each pickup of one of those, the puzzle cards, is worth like picking up a Breach Splinter. So the way Breaches are now, they're not bad to pick up. The Queen, I got 4 out of the 16 for an Atziri's Acuity. Really rare gloves off of Atziri. Uber Atziri at that. The Realm, the div card that drops from Breaches that can give you a quality 1 to 20 portal gem. Quality only matters if you self-cast it. Cast on Death Portal doesn't matter the quality. You can turn in 7 of these. 18%, 6, 18, 9, 17, 2, and 6. Is it even worth the GCP? 1. The Return of the Rat, stack of 3 for a Tavukai. I can turn in 4 of these. The Amulet for Summon Raging Spirits. Increased duration, increased damage, increased life, and they take a percentage of their life per second as chaos damage. And it looks like Corruption Fodder as well, being on a Coral Amulet. So, Strength Dex, Brick, Purity of Elements, and Malevolence, level 23. Okay, next is the Risk. Stack of 3 for Ventur's Gamble. I have 24, so 8 turn-ins. What do we got? Increase, reduced, good res. Increase, like meh. Big reduced rarity. Increase, but minus on cold res. No quant. Big reduced rarity. Increase, but low resists. That one's bad. And a max reduced quant. Oof. Still nothing close to the best I've seen this league. 8% quant with 53 life. Good rarity there too. Reduced, increased, and increased big reduced rarity. Okay. The Rite of Elements. Stack of 5 for level 21 Golem Gem. Corrupted. I can turn in 6 of these. Got Carrion Golem, Stone Golem. Stone Golem came with 5% quality. Chaos Golem, Stone Golem, and Flame Golem, 10% quality. I don't have enough room for these level 21 gems. Maybe I did turn some of those in at some point because I have a couple level 21 golems in here. The Road to Power. Runic one-handed weapon, item level 100. I don't pick these up. Ruthless Censure. Corrupted Meganord's Girdle. I don't pick these up. Sage Treasure. Stack of 10 for 2 Exalted Orbs. I have 14. So 2 more Exalted Orbs for the pile. The Samurai's Eye. 2/3 of a Watcher's Eye. I did not do enough Abyss to get these to drop. They drop off the liches. The Sacred Meadow. I do not pick these up. Awake of Destruction. Those are boots that drop shocked ground while moving. Don't have life on them. Only 15% movement speed. Not worth. The Scavenger. Stack of 8 for Carcass Jack. I can turn in 2 of these. Look for good rolls here. That's not bad. Pretty solid, actually. And that one's not as good. You're looking for the resists. The evasion, ES, life, more than the AoE area damage, I think, most time. But, oh, more Carcass Jacks, I like. And then there's the Scholar. Stack of 3 for 40 Wisdom Scrolls. I have 418, because for some reason I picked these up. So, yeah, lots of Wisdom Scrolls. But I think this is going to be 2,400 Wisdom Scrolls for a full inventory of these. I'm gonna overflow Wisdom Scrolls because I picked these cards up. The idea behind it, right, is like that each one of these div card pickups, like on the pickup, is worth like 13 Wisdom Scrolls. Not counting the clicks for this nonsense. Well, I don't have many. Actually, I don't know if I will overflow it. It would take over 2 full inventories of these div cards. Well, I'm gonna have over 2 inventories of them. Okay, and there we go. That's all of them. I've added the Scholar to my list. And yes, I overflowed Wisdom Scrolls by 642. Okay, I can just take all of these, go to town, and then Control Shift just a bunch of portals. So, I mean, overall benefit there is cool. I didn't have to use any of my other currencies, but I'm overflowing all the other currencies that turn into Wisdom Scrolls already, so I don't need to be picking those cards up. Oh, I changed area. Where are we at here? The Scout. 4 of 8 for 7 Exalted Orbs. So technically it's worth 0 in SSF. The Seeker, 2 ninths of 3 Orbs of Annulment. Okay. The Sephiroth, 5 of 11 needed for 10 Divine Orbs. Completing that would be cool. The Shepherd's Sandals. That's a div card I just found last time. Item level 100, 2 Implicit Corrupted Unique Boots. The Shield Bearer, 1/8 of the Squire. Big shield there. The Shortcut. Quicksilver Flask of the Cheetah. Item level 100. Only takes 1 card and I have 4. What is this? That is a T1 movement speed roll. I rolled from 12 to 14, and I rolled 3 12s and 1 13, so a rip. Item level 100, though. A good crafting base is out of that. The Side Quest. Stack of 5 for 20 scouting reports. I have 11, so 2 of these. Cool. Explorers and Singular. Nice. 20 unique maps. Roll through Kirak. Pretty nifty. The Skeleton, a stack of 6 for a 23% quality level 1 summon skeletons chip. I can turn in 8 of these. We're going to get 8 GCPs from this. Turn around and vendor them all. The Spark and the Flame, Barracks Respite, the rarest of the Barracks rings. Stack of 2, and I have 7, so 3 more Barracks Respites. Very cool. Seen more Barracks Respites this league than I ever have before. The Standoff. Stack of 3 for a unique rustic sash. Is there a unique rustic sash that is worth? I don't know that there is. Got 19 of them. Like Feast Bind, Famine Bind. Yep, Prism Weave. Okay, the Standoff is absolutely getting demoted. And I think it's fusings. Let's, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Let's take 5 fusings here. Vendor, make sure. Yeah, make a bunch of the Wretch, because why not? Takes a fusing, Famine Bind, Feast Bind. Only way to get this belt is from the vendor recipe. 200% of Life Leech applies to enemies as chaos damage. Reduced flash charges gained during flask effect, flash effect duration, leech, movement speed during flask effect. It's not a bad belt. Not like top tier belt, but the Stormcaller. Stack of 4 for an Agnerod staff. Joy. So I can only do 6 of these at once. This is the staff that you need for the Vinctar Square. Get all of them. North, south, east, and west. No. Oh, I got 3 souths. I can make a bunch of Vinctar Squares out of this, but at the same time, I don't know that that's super worth. I think the flask that you get can roll differently, but I don't know that you need this many. Hey, I got a set out of those 6. I picked so many of these up off the ground as well. Like, I don't know that this div card is necessary. I mean, I've been saving them too. Like all of these Agnerod staves in here, a bunch more in there. There's even more in here. That can be pretty good, like, staves to use, build around, but you can always get better with the +3 lightning gems. Oh, the lightning pin is pretty unique as well. I don't know. Seems like too much, a lot of clutter. The Strategist. Corrupted Inspired Learning, 2 out of 6. The Summoner, 4 of 6 for a 20% quality minion gem. I do not pick these up, mostly because I don't play minion stuff. The Sun, Rise of the Phoenix. For a stack of 7, I have 88. Definitely don't need these. I mean, maybe if I was playing RF and SSF, I'd want one of these. And I guess you want a really high life regen per second on it, more than anything else. So that's what I'm looking for here. It goes to 200. 190. It's the highest I've seen. 198.2 with a 24 res min-rolled armor ES. Because of course. Okay. Cool. My overflow unique dump tab is full. The Surveyor. Stack of 4 for a T14 map. Can turn in 12 of these. Don't know how valuable that is. And it's also going to pick from my Atlas. Now, they're not going to pick from the Atlas, just the base tiers that you could Horizon. All the same. Useful for completing Atlas, not useful afterwards. The Survivalist. Stack of 3 for 7 Orbs of Alchemy. Got 97. That's 32. Still kind of weirds me out seeing these things in stacks of 20. 224 more alchemies. The Sword King's Salute. I don't think I picked these up, but I wound up completing the stack from the Gambler. These amulets drop all over the place. Here's your strike range. It's not the worst, like, starting amulet, but nothing you'd end on, I don't think. The Thaumaturgist, 3 of 8 for Corrupted Shavron's Revelation. Shavron's Revelation does things based on the slot it's in. Cannot regenerate energy shield or mana for a bunch of flat and regen of the opposites. The Throne, stack of 2 for Home's Roots, Corrupted. 2 turn-ins here. +1 max endurance charges. Mid-roll in the life, though. That's pretty good. Level 21 haste, 181 life. Not bad. The Tinker's Table, stack of 5 for 5 fossils. I have 12. And 5 fundamental. And 5 frigid. The Tireless Extractor, stack of 8 for 10 oils. I have 118. 14 turn-ins. Clear, violet, sepia, violet, verdant, teal, sepia, clear, sepia, amber, sepia, amber, and amber. Violet's definitely the best that I got from there. The Tower. I do not pick this card up. Does give you unique staff for a stack of 6. I got one of these, but these can be a pain, and most unique staves are pretty bad. The Transformation. Stack of 5 for Tainted Mythic Orb. I have 6. Now here's another Tainted Mythic Orb. Another try at this bow. Poof. I'm glad I didn't spend all that time trying to find a tree for a bow for a Tainted Mythic Orb. Would not have been worth. The Trial. Corrupted T15 Rare Map. For a stack of 7, I have 134. That is 19 T15 corrupted maps that are going to be among 4 different base types. Coliseum, Core, Racecourse, Tropical Island. Oh, I guess Underground River. I haven't seen that one show up in a minute. More maps. I go to Standard. The Twilight Moon. Stack of 6 for the Twilight Temple unique map. I can turn in 2 of these. So I could make the upgraded shield by running both of those. The Tyrant, Merciless Weapon, item level 100. I don't pick those up. The Undaunted, stack of 5 for a Corrupted Nemesis item. Headhunter is a Nemesis item. Only 1 turn in here. And it is Lavangia's Spirit, a Corrupted Flask. The Unexpected Prize, stack of 2 for an Attribute Transforming Jewel. Turn in 2 of these. Inertia and Fertile Mind. The Union. Stack of 7 for 10 GCPs. Can turn in 6. Another 60 GCPs. Almost over 1,000. The Valkyrie. Stack of 8 for a Nemesis item. Turn in 2. Got Lavangias. And Blood of the Karui. The Visionary. Stack of 6 for a Lionized Vision. Definitely haven't had one of these this league. The Void. Reach into the Void and claim your prize. I have 61 of the Void. Let's see. There's a chance this could be the bow. We got 1 Vol Orb. Item level 100. Lacquered Garb. Will Rain. Polished Blight Scarab. Prismatic Ring. Vol Orb. Sire of Shards. 3 Fusings. Item level 79. Bow and Ring. 10 Chisels. Barrack's Grip. Item level 79, Leather Belt, 1 Chaos Orb, 20 Chance Orbs, a Vivid Crimson Jewel, 3 Screaming Essence of Woe, a GCP, a 5-link, level 66 Staff, and a Chaos Orb. Item level 79 Iron Ring, a Destined to Crumble Divination card, a Malicious Gemini Claw, item level 83. Item level 79 Unset Ring, Vol Orb, Chaos Orb, item level 79 Sapphire Ring, Gluttony, Valerium, 5 Chaos Orbs, Victario's Influence, 5 Fusings, Ion's Fury, 7 Alchemies, a 5-link Staff, Cobalt Jewel of Potency, The Harvest, Bringer of Rain, 1 Chaos Orb, and 10 Chisels. Another 5-link Staff, a Surgeon's Eternal Mana Flask, 1 Chaos Orb, 10 Chisels, a Life Armor, 20 Quality Mirror Arrow, 1 Vol Orb, a Venter's Gamble, terribly rolled, Malkoon, 10 Alteration Orbs, Punishing Dig Map, item level 79 Studded Belt, 1 Chaos Orb, a Parandus Gold Ring, item level 79 Studded Belt, 20% quality Feeding Frenzy, 1 GCP, Gluttony, Coruscating Elixir, 1 Fertile Catalyst, 5 Blacksmith's Whetstones. And that is all the Void. No bow, nothing there worth having. Next, the Warlord, item level 83 6-link Coronal Maul, for a stack of 6. I can have one of those. It's pretty cool. It's a Mariketh weapon base. You get 20% area of effect on it. I think I'll hold on to that one. The Wedding Gift. Arcali's Fang. For a stack of 2, I have 2. And there we go, another Arcali's Fang. The Whiteout. 7 of the 8 required for a Cosprey's Malice. I did not see one of those all league, so a rare item. The Wilted Rose. Stack of 7 for a level 21 Aura Gem. 3 chances here. We got a 21 Wrath, level 21 High Impact Mine, and a level 21 Grace. The Wind. 2 of 7 for a Wind Ripper. I did get, I think, 2 different Wind Rippers from Ancient Orbs in the attempt to get the Lionized Bow. The Wolf. Stack of 5 for Rigwald's item. I have 11 of these. Rigwald's Crest. Rigwald's Savagery. Rigwald's Savagery. Rigwald's Savagery. Rigwald's Charge. Rigwald's Savagery. Rigwald's Charge. Rigwald's Charge. Rigwald's Savagery. Rigwald's Savagery. And Rigwald's Command. That's the one I was waiting for. Ooh, this one rolled very well. It's 3 off perfect. Very nice. Rigwald's Savagery. I did try this build a league or 2 ago with the Rage stacking Bleed, and I was using Cleave. It wasn't the worst build, but it wasn't amazing. The Wolf's Legacy, a stack of 4 for Vaults of Itziri. I have 32, so 8 Vaults of Itziri. Map tier 4. So no high item level stuff out of there. If you like opening chests, maybe you can get a 6 link, but it's not worth a divine anymore. So the Wolven King's Bite, 4 of 8 for Rigwald's Quills. The Wolverine, stack of 4 for Corrupted Unique Claw. 3 of these. Advancing Fortress, Power Charge on Crit. Lightning on Sybil's Paw. Attack Speed on an Aldi. The Wrath. Stack of 8 for 10 Chaos Orbs. I have 75. So this is 90 Chaos. The Wretched. Stack of 6 for a unique belt. These can hit the big ones. Only 5 chances though. Siegebreaker, Prism Weave, Gluttony, and Perseverance. Thirst for Knowledge, Gluttony. I don't pick these up, but there's 3 more Gluttonies, I guess. Take physical damage when you use a movement skill. You have no armor or maximum energy shield as well. I don't know. 3 Faces in the Dark. Stack of 7 for 3 Chaos Orbs. I have 163. 23 Turn-Ins, which rounds off to 69 Chaos Orbs. Nice. 3 Voices. Stack of 3 for 3 Essences. 152. So 50 Turn-Ins here. These can hit the big essences, but you never know. It can also hit Muttering Essence of Contempt. 3 Shrieking Essence of Greed. The first Shriekings. 3 Essence of Delirium. Huge. 3 Shrieking Essence of Scorn. 3 Essence of Insanity. And lastly, a Whispering Essence of Greed. Well, that's cool. I got 6 of the upgraded essences from there. I like. Thunderous Skies. Stack of 5 for Storm Cloud. I don't pick these up because it's just the Storm Cloud. Requires level 9 leveling bow. Time Lost Relic. Stack of 10 for a league-specific item. I have 8 Turn-Ins here. You have a Soul Rest. Edge of Madness. Beyond, Comus Primacy, Agia's Nemesis, March of the Legion, I think that's actually a Legion item, Rigwald's Command, Demon Stitcher, and the Harvest. Max roll. Treasure Hunter. Corrupted Vaults of Itziri for a stack of 7. 2 Turn-Ins here. Also map tier 4. They're identified and corrupted as well. Triskaidekaphobia. This is a tier 13 map with 13% quality, 8 mods corrupted with 100% delirious effect. What we got? Weapons, currency, jewelry, scarabs, blight, thicket map. That's doable as well. Unchained. 2 implicit corrupted face breakers. Only 1 Turn-In here. Stack of 4. We've got 798 plus 2 AoE gems, 4% max energy shield. Okay, interesting. Underground Forest. Stack of 4 for 10 awakened sextants. 1 Turn-In here. Unrequited Love. 1 of 16 for 19 mirror shards. Only 1, but I have 1. Very rare card. Vanity. Stack of 9 for Corrupted Tabula Rasa. 2 chances here. We've got additional physical damage reduction while stationary and reduced lightning damage taken. Both of them 20% quality as well. I'll take the 40 fusings. Vile Power. Stack of 5 for Doomfletch. 4 Turn-Ins here. Is there a roll on this? Attack speed and flat fizz. Not really. Nothing there. Vengeance Token. Stack of 5 for 10 Orbs of Regret. With 20 Turn-Ins here. 200 Regret Orbs. That's a lot. Very good source of Regret Orbs in the Vengeance Token. Goes me up to 921. Volatile Power. Stack of 9 for a Corrupted 20% quality Vol Gem. 10 Turn-Ins here. 3% quality Vol Absolution. Vol Purity of Ice, Vol Stormcall, Vol Spark, Vol Ancestral War Chief, Vol Lightning Trap, Vol Spectral Throw, Vol Flicker Strike. I forgot that existed. Vol Righteous Fire, and Vol Cyclone. I can vendor all of these for more GCPs and more. And then the last div card, Winter's Embrace. Stack of 2 for Circle of Fear, 3 implicit synthesized, only managed to find 1. And let's make sure I've got them all. Full stacks. Okay, we completed 2 more. Another Emperor's Luck, 5 armor scraps, Chavron item, another pair of the boots. Okay, no more div cards to turn in, and I just went through every Divination card in the game, actually. Through that, I learned some things myself even in the process. Maybe you did as well. But that is done. So, only a couple more things to do for the league. Let's start with some Gambas. First thing I want to do is these fireballs. I need to use my primary grading lens. See if I can turn these to anomalous. Okay, divergent, anomalous. Okay, so I've got 2 more leveled anomalous fireballs. A couple of these need quality, but I've got 4 level 20 anomalous fireballs. See if I can get a 21, 2016, 2011, 2013, and 2020. Okay, so the 2020 is actually an upgrade because I had a 2016 or 18 on the fireball build, so that I will have to add in. I was hoping to hit the 21, but well, let's find all the good div cards here. The Insane Cat, the Apothecary, House of Mirrors, 7 Years Bad Luck, Unrequited Love, and then Squire. Alright, this is it. What do we do here? Get 20 chances at a sacrifice div cards. Let's start with the Apothecary. I have 2. I'm gonna do it. Now there's 1. Do it again. Now there is 0. Do the House of Mirrors. Hit it. Oh, now there's 2. Hit again. Oh, there's still 2. And again. Still 2. Oh, we're back to 1. Go again. And no more House of Mirrors. Let's go for the Insane Cat. We currently have 2. Hit it. Now we have 4. And again, they're gone. So the Unrequited Love for the 19 Mirror Shards. Let's hit that. Still 1. And it's gone. 7 Years Bad Luck. I have 4 of 13 for the Mirror Shard. Hit that. We're at 3. Then 4. Then 7. I have to take 1 off. Then down to 5. Up to 8. I need 4 more. Okay. Hit that. Okay. Now I need 2 more. Boom. Oh, now 3 more. Only 1 more chance. So I need to put 3 in here. Boom. Still 3. So 3 7 Years Bad Luck from a Mirror Shard. And I have 1 of the Shield Bearer. That went fantastically. Like 10 of 10 would recommend delete your div cards. God. Okay. No Mage Blood. No Mirrors. And that's going to be Crucible League. That was a lot of fun. What you're going to get next from me is you're going to get an absolute blasting of build guides coming out, because I've got all 9 builds that I went through at the beginning of the video. And we'll do it again next league in Trial of the Ancestors. I'm excited. But that's going to do it for me. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, as it really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks, the heart icon just below the video, or by joining to become a member. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.